started. On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
There is a little something about this snow that is falling out there right now, and it's very slippery. You know how sometimes snow, it's easy to drive through, especially if you have some nice snow tires.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's snow that's not so easy to drive through, and that's what this is today. So be aware, it's a little on the slick side. So we'll get down the list of school delays. We've had some of those delays turn into closings here this morning. And it's not just the snow, but it's also the wind, which all of this is supposed to die down as the morning goes on. And then tonight, maybe get some more snow. And even
the story of this winter.
For several inches tonight. So you guys are wondering about Lunar New Year.
Yes.
It is the Chinese New Year. And this is the year of the...
Year of the cat.
Next year is the year of the horse. This year is the year of the something or other. I'll have to look that up.
How do they determine that?
There's this little guy named Ing Makaton. And Ing Makaton will decide every year what the animal will be. I have no idea.
This is the year of the snake. Ding, ding, dong, dong, dong.
This year is the year of the snake. Next year will be another school day off. So apparently 2 years ago, Governor Hochul, because 10% of students in New York are of Chinese descent, and I'll get it for you, are of Chinese descent, 10%. So it was signed into law, I believe, that school districts will acknowledge and have an official school holiday for the Lunar New Year.
Wonderful.
However, last year, I believe it fell on a Saturday.
Okay.
Therefore, nobody really realized it. This year, it falls on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. So therefore, we will be... kids will be off tomorrow.
So, yes, it will be the year of the snake, which takes over from the year of the dragon, and, like you said, the year of the horse.
I don't know how they come up with this, if it's rotating. Well, it hasn't been the year of the snake in 50 years.
Remember the kid's toy that used to turn, and then it would be on the cow, and then it would spin, and it would go, mrrr. Maybe they do that.
Ed Sluzarzik used to... here when he did that early morning program here
that was
at
the
WIBX.
toy that he used.
It was Bessie. He would turn it over and it went Mrr. Oh, Bessie, back in the old days of WIBX. Okay, and that game tomorrow night, that Syracuse game tomorrow night, is at 11 p.m.
That's right. You have an excuse now to watch.
Holy moly, in the late night. Wow. I guess you do have an excuse not to watch. I want to talk a little bit about and find out what we are able to learn out of all of this. But very quietly, and maybe not so quietly, but it happened at a time, I believe it came out in the news on Friday, so it kind of lingered through the weekend. But Sangertown Square made a zoning change. Did you see this?
Yeah, they're going to put apartments.
A zoning change that would allow for residential. Now, I still don't know if this means a once and for all transformation. So you keep your big anchor stores, and then you add in some living space around the because some of those stores, I swear, some of those stores that are open in Sangertown are just like overflow warehouses that are like, all right, we'll call it this.
Yeah.
In fact, let's name it after the year of the snake. It's the year of the snake store, and you go in and there's just stuff it's
Candle Galaxy.
It's like a clearinghouse.
Yeah. FYE
anyway,
still in there.
And then I believe it would also give options to be able to build housing outside on the perimeter around. You remember that one area that used to be, I believe it was Montgomery Ward or Sears, had their automotive center and that outbuilding, and I think they've used it as maybe a place to store their plows and that sort of thing when they plow the parking lot. But it could also mean some housing outside as well. Are we ready to look at the next purpose, the next phase of Sangertown Square?
We shall see what comes of it. Does that mean that those windows above the food court will finally have actual people in them?
I don't think so, because I don't know that there really is a second floor there. But I mean, when you think about it, it wouldn't be such a bad thing, right? Where if you were to live there and you'd be able to walk around the entire mall in the middle of the winter, and it would feel like you're outside. They could
mall
get
walkers,
birds chirping, and sound effects. It would feel just like that. Mall walking on steroids, where you wouldn't have to actually drive to the mall. You actually live there.
Yeah, you just walk there.
And I wonder if that seems to be the purpose when you think about it. Pyramid is the company that owns Sangertown Square. They have their hands full with a Destiny USA, formerly the Carousel Mall, that is struggling. And you have more and more places that are closing down over there. This morning, I don't know if anybody had a chance last night to and I'm going to play some of this. It was so good. I guess you'd call it a mashup or a medley or whatever. It was the opening of the SNL. So Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary music. So they've done. They had one a while back that was the 50th anniversary, and it showed their tryouts. So when they did their audition tape, they sat down and did a live audition. All those were taped, and you'd see, Adam Sandler, a young Adam Sandler, doing his very first and audition for the show. Some were really, really bad, but they ended up getting the gig and became really big on SNL. This is all the music guests, and it was on NBC last night. If you had a chance to see it, I really thought it was good, and the open to the show was incredible. It was about a 4-minute montage of, I don't want to say all, but many or most, at the very least, many of the music acts that had performed. It was video and audio, of course, because it was on TV. And, oh my, it was so good.
Yeah, like Adam Sandler did a lot of that, as you mentioned.
He did, but we're talking about that played a role in this, yes. But we're also talking about U2, Paul McCartney. I mean, their music act. Sometimes the music act is a part of is a guest. He's on the phone. Sometimes the music act is a guest or a host. Other times they're just the music act. But they mixed this thing and edited it together. And I am going to predict to you that it will be a Billboard hit.
Wow.
I really think this thing
awesome.
Is going to be released. And I would not be, and we'll play a little of it today, I would be not a bit surprised if radio stations around the country start playing it today as a song. And it just was so well put together. It was really good.
I'm excited to hear it.
A lot of stuff going on. The President Trump, huddles with GOP members. They had yesterday, I don't know if you saw this, it was a retreat in Florida. And the nice thing is this president doesn't have to use other locations. He can use his own, and did, at Mar-a-Lago. On the line right now to give us a bit of an update on this Republican retreat with President Trump. Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Ryan, good morning and happy, what's today? Happy Tuesday. Good morning.
Happy Lunar New Year's Eve.
Oh,
exactly.
We have not talked since.
No, he's vindicated.
Not.
Let's get it out of the way.
Vindicated. We're all done.
We're all devastated.
But I will say though, I think that everyone has to. This is not just a Ravens thought process, but I think it's kind of becoming an everyone. I think we're all really getting annoyed by you guys because how many times is now 4 that you've lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs?
I believe this is it might be the 4th. Yeah,
lame game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying you guys just may have lost your status as the next hope. Kind of like where Peyton Manning kept losing to Tom Brady. Everyone's like, well, maybe you're not the best person to knock off Tom Brady. Maybe we need your younger brother to do that for us.
I want to say this, that I'm not making excuses, although it's exactly what I'm doing. The fact is, this was supposed to be a rebuilding year for the Buffalo Bills,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah,
turned
it's
out
funny.
to be really good. The other part of this is it's promising for Buffalo is you could not have asked for any more of Josh Allen, other than the first two plays, the first two throws that he had in that game, which very well could have been but weren't intercepted. He did everything he needed to do, including what I thought was just a throwaway Hail Mary. And it was spot on and should have been caught. So that is, and this is a Josh Allen that's all the ghosts of the past. He has just plowed through them all. No more turnovers, no more crazy things. He just was solid. But I got to tell you, Ryan, I don't know if you watched this game, but I thought the play calling was horrific. I mean,
why couldn't you guys have had that play calling when you played against the Ravens? It would have been nice.
Right. Think about it, right?
Where they had the perfect game plan against the Ravens, which I was impressed by.
Know.
But it's funny you say that because I did say that same thing to a Sky is Falling Bills fan yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, if anything, you could probably look at it like you guys kind of overachieved for what you're supposed to do. It was supposed to be a rebuilding year. You guys were overachieved for what you're supposed to do. Joe Brady really, coached up a good team this year because he didn't really have much to work with to start the year. Then next thing you know, it's one of the best offenses in football. So there's a lot to build off here. So I think that's the way to look at it.
You got it. I mean, how else you got? Other than the other part is we got to build up that defense. That defense is a real problem.
Well, he had a key injury early thanks to Tony Romo's jinx.
But we've seen positive, like real shining moments of that defense this year. But then all of a sudden, they're letting Mahomes just go down the field and win the game.
Was that Sky is Falling Bills fan Ryan Nobles by any chance?
I have not brought this up to Ryan just yet. I probably will keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, good. It's a sensitive subject.
Well, Ryan's level-headed. He's going to get it. He's going to understand, and probably will say the same thing that I'm saying here today. But I got to tell you, all of a sudden, Cook is running down the field, and the way Brady does it, I don't like it. I love what he's done this year, but all of a sudden, Cook is getting some yardage. So what do? Every down, you give Cook the ball.
Well, they had done that.
I understand, but listen, you got to mix it up a little bit, just a little bit to make them wonder. However, all of a sudden, Cook disappears.
Yeah,
they don't use him anymore. And that last 3 minutes, we should have been burning clock.
Burning clock and running the ball.
If I know these things, Ryan, this is very scary. If I can figure this out.
The Ravens, it's the same issue with the Ravens, where they kind of get someone gets hot, and then they just kind of take the hot hand away from the person who's hot, and it just makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's deja vu for both teams.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, the deja vu is this Kermit the Frog loving piece of garbage making his. Oh, they're already the talk is already out about he's the greatest of all time. Is he the greatest? Please, I cannot stand it.
Well, there's going to be a big X factor for why he might not be the greatest of all time, and that's because he got his butt whooped by Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. That might be the difference maker one of these days. So
you're right.
We'll see.
And let's not give up on the Eagles. I know the Eagles are hated by many. I get it, but man, I would love them to knock off.
Obviously, I'm hoping the Eagles win. I just don't know. I've stood by it. I'm probably going to stand by it. My boycott of watching. I don't know that I could stomach it.
All right. Okay.
What were we going to talk about?
President Trump will give you. Obviously, you probably don't have much time left. But President Trump huddling with GOP members during a retreat in Florida on Monday. What came out of this? Except, I would say a lot of pats on the back right now.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is a little bit of a victory lap, especially when this is an issues where a lot of this has to do with the campaign messaging for next year. Now, first of all, God Bless the USA did play in its entirety when Trump made his entrance. So big plot twist there.
Lee Greenwood, real happy about that. He's making some money finally.
Of course, yeah. I actually got to interview Lee not too long ago. It was great. I think the one thing you kind of see is that, Richard Hudson, who's the chair, who's going to be responsible for helping Republicans win back the House. He was pointing out that there's about 13 Democrats in districts that President Biden or President Trump won, and there's about 3 or so Republicans in districts that Harris won. So I think that kind of gives Republicans optimism that there's a lot of ground that they can gain here, and a good chance they can win back the House. Now, of course, a lot of that's going to be about how they govern, and they're trying to figure out right now the way in which they get one big, beautiful bill across the finish line, or do they make it 2 bills? It's still kind of all up in the air. But yes, Trump did speak yesterday. J.D. Vance is set to speak today, and of course, I think the Trump speech yesterday was a big victory lap of some of the early executive orders they put through.
And it seemed that was the case, and of course the president trying to get his cabinet put together. He seems to be having success there. Although Mitch McConnell, with a surprise no vote on Friday, could be a bit of a warning for President Trump. But at this point, all looks to be pretty much green lighted. Although RFK Jr. and
it'll just mean that J.D. Vance will have to do more voting, I guess.
Yesterday you add another person to the list of concerned cabinet nominees, because you have Lori Chavez-DeRemer, the labor secretary nominee. Well, Rand Paul came out yesterday and said that he's not going to vote for her. So that make that 4 probably who are on the rocks with their nomination. But with somebody like Lori Chavez-DeRemer, the issue with Republicans is that she's very pro-labor. So does she get some Democrats?
Yeah, interesting. Well, the other part of this, do not look past the Mitch McConnell no vote, because it really is therein lies the probably greatest Republican strategist that exists today. And when he does things, they aren't done just willy-nilly. My guess is that his no vote could really give other potential members that are Republicans who are kind of on the fence when it comes to maybe an RFK Jr. It sort of gives them the green light to say, hey, I can oppose, and I won't be alone. It'll be interesting to see where these confirmations go going forward. But that is worth keeping an eye on, I think.
Yeah, and I think that no matter how you view the no vote on Hexit or how tight the Hexit vote was, there's some people say, oh, no, the sky is falling. Others say, no, we'll be fine. Yeah. But I think the one consensus view you're seeing is that the hearings this week just got a whole lot more valuable and a whole lot more interesting. So that's what we're going to have to watch for, is that you start with RFK Jr. on Wednesday, you got Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard Thursday, and we'll see where it goes.
When will Liz Stefanik be finally confirmed? Do you know when that will happen?
I do not know. They did Sean Duffy they're doing Sean Duffy today. Likely, they'll probably do the invoke cloture on somebody else, and then get I think it'll probably be like Burgum or somebody like that. But yeah, I'm shocked they kind of haven't moved forward with her.
Yeah, because there's no
confirmation yet. But they got the big diplomatic person through already, which is Rubio. So I think they're trying to fill out some other diverse positions so that they can just get rolling on certain agenda items.
And for us, when Stefanik is finally confirmed, she'll resign from her seat in Congress, which opens the door for a special election here. And there are about 25 potential Republicans. I mean, there may be still a few Democrats also, and I imagine there will be. But you're looking at somewhere between 20 and 30 people who are interested in that seat. It's going to be very interesting to watch it move forward. So,
and everyone's watching to see if Mark Molinaro runs for that seat, and that should be it'll be interesting.
That name has been as one of the because listen, Republicans, there are some who are not candidate, who are not politicians, who are very viable. A couple that are right here, including a guy by the name of Joe Rentowski. But I think Republicans are also you don't want to lose this seat, and someone like Molinaro would be a real. You don't have to worry about name recognition there. Okay,
and you don't have to worry about him coming on this show. He will happily do it quite often.
He will. That's a very good observation.
As you know,
we've had him on several times, and not every member of Congress is so easy to get. So. All right, interesting, Ryan. Great conversation. Have a wonderful day.
Sounds good. Thanks, y'all.
All right, thanks. Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Andrew has an update coming up on news. That includes school closings and delays. We have a bunch of them coming right up.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time 641. Your quick news update is brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. A 5-year-old child trapped beneath a hay bale in a barn was declared deceased at a Lewis County hospital. On January 26th, around 1:35 p.m., New York State Police say they were called to Second Road in the town of Croghan regarding an unconscious child. When they arrived, they discovered the child, 5-year-old Silas Mosier from Carthage, underneath a hay bale. Members of the Beaver Falls ambulance attempted life-saving measures. Mosier was then taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. A preliminary investigation indicates the hay bale fell on Mosier, entrapping him. An autopsy has been scheduled to establish the official cause of death. The investigation is still ongoing. A 26-year-old woman from Utica has been charged with assault following a stabbing incident on Leeds Street. According to Utica Police, emergency units from Utica Fire and Utica Police were dispatched to a residence on the 1100 block of Leeds on January 24th, just before midnight. Upon arrival, they found a male victim with stab wounds to his arm. The incident occurred during an argument between the man and his girlfriend, during which he allegedly stabbed him in the arm. He was subsequently taken to Wynn Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Natasha Welch was found shortly after and interviewed by investigators. In addition to the assault charge, she's also facing a charge of criminal possession of a weapon. State police have announced that a former New York State trooper, 27-year-old Thomas Macia, resigned after being charged with tampering, false reporting, and misconduct. Authorities say Macia shot himself on October 30th, 2024, and lied about an incident on the Southern State Parkway in Nassau County. Police also say a search of his family's home uncovered an illegal firearm, leading to charges against his parents, 62-year-old Thomas Macia Sr. and 55-year-old Dorothy Macia. All were arraigned and are due back in court on February 5th. You can read more details on this story at WIBX950.com. A mother who attacked a teacher at Lincoln Middle School in Syracuse will be spending time in prison. Yesterday, 32-year-old Linzina Sutton pleaded guilty to assault after admitting to sneaking into the school while posing as a student last February. Sutton later punched the teacher in the face, causing the victim to suffer facial lacerations. The reason for the assault was due to a report that had been made against Sutton's child. She'll be ordered to spend 2 years behind bars when she's sentenced in March. And one of the biggest stars in country music is bringing his latest tour to Central New York. Luke Bryan will take the stage at Empower Federal Credit Union Amphitheater at Lakeview in Syracuse on Thursday, June 5th. Seats for the show go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m., and they can be purchased online through Live Nation. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time coming up on 6:45. Here's your forecast.
Snow squalls and wind reducing visibilities and at times making travel difficult in spots as we head through this morning, and more snow showers and snow squalls through late morning into the afternoon. Actually, winter storm watch for tonight for another system coming in. Going to be tough to measure snow today with gusty winds, but still around 2 inches or so, and then another 4 to 6 inches tonight with maybe some double-digit totals by tomorrow. I'm Ray Stachik at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, it's snowing in 24.
And that wind is doing a good job of blowing that snow around, especially in the higher elevations.
Yeah, so the snow is continuing to fall, and there is that area of blowing snow. So, as Bill said, do be careful. Give yourself plenty of time to get on out there and get to where you're going, and to brush off the car. There was a significant amount on the vehicle.
School delays. There's a bunch.
Yes, there is, and bear with me because there's all sorts of different classifications and subjects. And
well, you've got a lot of 2-hour delays, and some of them have turned into closures today. And remember, there's no school tomorrow. So here's where we are with school delays and closures.
Thank you. The following schools are on a 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES or no AM pre-K. We'll do it that way. So these schools have 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES, no AM pre-K, and that is Brookfield, Camden, Hamilton, Little Falls, Morrisville, Eaton, and Westmoreland Central Schools. That's a 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES or pre-K. A 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES includes Adirondack Central Schools, Central Valley, Charlotte Valley, Dolgeville, Frankfort Schuyler. Also have Holland Patton and Lawrence Central Schools. Mount Markham Central Schools, also 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES. That's also the case for Oppenheim, Ephrata, St. Johnsville. Also O&D Young, Richfield Springs, Stockbridge Valley, Vernon, Verona, Sherrill, and Waterville, as well as, is it Worcester Central Schools? Worcester Central Schools, 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES. And then regular 2-hour delay, Cherry Valley, Christian Heritage, Clinton Central Schools, Cooperstown, Edmiston, Herkimer BOCES, Herkimer Central Schools, Madison Central Schools, and Madison Oneida BOCES, 2-hour delay. 2-hour delay for Mohawk Valley Christian Academy, Morris Central Schools, Oneida City School District, Notre Dame Schools, Oneida Herkimer Madison BOCES, Poland and Remsen on a 2-hour delay, as well as Skenevis, Sherburne Earlville, St. Francis de Sales School, and Herkimer, Utica Academy of Science, and the Utica City Schools, 2-hour delay. 2-hour delay with Webb Union Free School District. And the following schools are closed: Whitesboro, St. John the Evangelist Nursery School, Sequoia Valley Schools, Rome City Schools, Oriskany Central Schools, New York Mills and New Hartford closed today, and the Jewish Community Center Preschool is closed today, as well as the New Hartford Public Library, New Hartford Presbyterian Nursery School, and the Knights of Columbus in the Mills closed today.
There's also a...
Herkimer College will be opening at 9:30.
Okay. There is also a winter storm watch in effect. We'll get through this, and it'll just become cloudy today with temperatures dropping through the day. It's expected that temperatures as the day goes on will drop into the teens. And then tonight, we have a winter storm watch in effect. They're saying we could get between 6 and 11 inches tonight in southern Oneida County. Even more accumulation to the north country. But for us, we're looking at the potential of almost a foot of snow possible in the next 24 to 36 hours. So be aware of all of that. Isn't that nice? Coming up, I want to play, this was on last night. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 years of music on SNL. But that open, I think, is going to be the next hit. I could be wrong, but this was really good. And you know who I have in my corner with this, believing this was incredible. Edited video-wise incredibly, and the music, it was edited so well. You remember they used to do that Hits on 45, Davey, where it would be like a medley. There'd be a Beatles medley, or there'd be, they'd have this beat going on. It was okay, but they'd have to speed things up and slow things down a little bit. This was so unbelievably put together. I don't know how this doesn't become a hit. And I'm going to play a little of it coming up for you next. Also, John in Bridgewater, stand by. I'll get right to you.
Scott and Jill here from New York Sash, where our reputation speaks for itself. Sure, you've heard us talk about how great our windows, siding, and baths are.
But did you know we have over 600 five-star reviews? Here are just a few recent customer reviews that prove we walk the talk.
I couldn't be happier with New York Sash. There isn't another company I would want to have done my home renovations.
I can never say enough great things about New York Sash. Their employees and customer care associates are top-notch.
We were so fortunate to work with New York Sash. They really went above and beyond our expectations. 5 stars for a wonderful job that will last for decades.
We could go on and on and on, but you should really check us out for yourself. Just Google New York Sash.
And when you're ready to start your home improvement project, stop by our showroom at 349 Oriskany Boulevard. Give us a call at 624-7344 or check us out at newyorksash.com. But don't forget to read our Google reviews.
It's time to stop letting road conditions dictate your journey. Nokian Tires all-weather tires are versatile enough for summer heat, spring rain, and winter snow, allowing you to forget the forecast so you can focus on the road ahead, not the road below. Forget the forecast with a year-round tire approved for winter use. Find Nokian Tires all-weather tires at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, with locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Learn more at tallmanstire.com.
You said bye-bye to big government. Now it's time to trim the fat from big wireless. Pure Talk gives you the exact same service. They use the same cell towers, the same 5G network. You get better customer service, and you pay half the price for the exact same thing. Get unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data with mobile hotspot for just $35 a month. Make the switch. You simply dial pound 250, say the keyword, save now, save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you, like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 91% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing through Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 91% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
So it was last night. I'm sitting down after a long day's work. The wind howling, knowing we're going to be dealing with school closings today. I get a phone call from one Paul Buckley, the film czar here in Utica in central New York. And he said, you got to turn on NBC and watch this, the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. It's edited so perfectly, both audio and video, and it's incredible. All of their music artists from 50 years of SNL. And I have to agree with him. It was incredible. And how this doesn't become, I will be shocked, how this doesn't become like a Billboard hit. They release it as a hit. Check this out. This is 50 years of music on SNL.
Black person, when you were raised in America, James Brown is a big deal.
Can you tell us, soup to nuts, how the concept of James Brown Celebrity Hot Tub came to be?
I didn't want to do it, first of all, because back then I ain't smoke, I didn't get high. And at the SNL, a lot of people were smoking, and it was 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and Barry Blaustein and David Sheffield, who wrote Coming to America, they was like, hey, you know what? Would be funny if you was James Brown in the hot tub. And I was like, what?
that bit, I remember that singing bit.
It's a great bit.
It was a great bit. So obviously they do the whole introduction thing, and then they go to the years and years of music that has appeared on SNL, and it's just incredible.
Show at that time, the Bees.
Do you think we like this?
John hated the bee costume. Nonetheless, he said, if I could put that bee costume on and sing with Danny on the harmonica, that's how it started.
A buzz.
That was really, obviously, this is really angering me because the clip I'm trying to play, I can't seem to find. And maybe we didn't record from the very beginning. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I cannot find it. But it was like 5 minutes of music all edited together. I got to find it somewhere. It's got to be on YouTube.
You'll be able to find it.
I will find it. I told my wife, I got it because I recorded it on YouTube Live.
Well, she has a snow day today, so wake her up
it's
and
not
tell her
on,
to find
it's
it.
It's not there. It's annoying the daylights out of me. But I will get it, and I'll play it for you at some time here this morning. Probably next hour along with Hobiker's free money question of the day.
Free.
And Davey, this morning on this snowy, slippery morning, we're looking at how much today?
$100.
$100.
You're not going to raise it a little bit? You got to raise it a little bit.
No, stay there.
$1.50.
Look at his mojo.
Just put a little $1.50 on that.
Eking out.
Slide a little $1.50 frosting all over that cake.
Okay.
You want to do that? What's wrong, Davey?
I don't feel good today.
Oh, no. Are you sick? Stay away from me?
No,
I told him.
I'm
I
not
said, "Don't go
sick.
near
I
a
just
mirror."
got like a voice thing going on.
Oh, please stay clear of us. Oh, no.
Yeah, he also said something about his stomach.
He has the COVID.
He's got the COVID neuro.
No,
The neurovirus.
I don't.
The-
no, I
the
don't.
neurovid.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
You know what
getting
neurovid is?
If you're getting a sore throat.
No, it's not a sore throat.
It sounds like, well, what would you call it?
It's not a sore. I don't have a sore throat.
But is it a raspy throat?
No.
Raspy. What is this little thing you were doing when you were reaching to your neck and you're like, I have this little throat thing going
I don't
on?
have nothing wrong with my throat.
$150. I got $150.
I'm coming to join you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Oh,
Here comes the big one. Go to John.
Davey. You got me sick. You get me sick, I swear to God. I swear to God. I don't want to be sick. I got too much crap to do.
Yeah.
I don't need your germs. Keep them with you.
very good.
Don't want... Sorry. Hello, John. Good morning.
Bill, you guys are terrible.
Listen.
That was funny though.
Listen, there's something...
He's got the Buffalo Blues.
He's got
Rock
something.
pneumonia,
Oh, is
the
it
boogie woogie flu.
Oh, that would be a good parody right there. I got the Rockin' Pneumonia and the Buffalo Bills Blues.
He's got the Buffalo Bills Blues, and he's raspy from hollering at the TV.
That's
right.
I'm coming to join you, John Sheeran.
I gotta tell you, your hatred of the Buffalo Bills.
I know it's
is astounding to me.
Sorry.
You almost put more energy into it than it deserves.
But I texted you yesterday, and I said I'd rather watch or listen to the Keeler reruns than watch them play.
You're right. I should take that as a compliment, right? I probably should.
That there, yeah.
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
not watching no Super Bowl neither.
Or maybe that's not a compliment. Maybe that's a listen. It's
probably
so
a
bad.
slap in the head.
The Bills so bad. I'd rather. Yeah. John, do you mind holding again? I'm going to take you on the other side.
Yeah.
All right. Stand by. Stand by, John.
It's time to stop letting road conditions dictate your journey. Nokian Tires all-weather tires are versatile enough for summer heat, spring rain, and winter snow, allowing you to forget the forecast so you can focus on the road ahead, not the road below. Forget the forecast with a year-round tire approved for winter use. Find Nokian Tires all-weather tires at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair with locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Learn more at tallmanstire.com.
The Joseph Michael Chubbuck Foundation wants to thank the local community and participating businesses for their continued support. The 8th annual CNY Wing Wars, scheduled for February 1st at Harts Hill Inn in Whitesboro, has once again sold out. Attendees will sample all the wings and vote for Best Wing and Most Unique Wing, alongside a panel of celebrity judges. 2025 participants include Tony's on Commercial Drive, Celtic Harp, Pizza Boys, Hot Off the Brick, Piggy Pat's, Fratello's Pizzeria, Franco's of Whitesboro, Knucklehead's Brewhouse, Pizzeria Italia, The Crust Kitchen and Bar, Ray Brothers Barbecue, and Utica Barbecue. Beverages donated by McCrafe Beverage. Posters donated by PJ Green. Thank you also to WKTV and WIBX Bill Keeler Show. Proceeds assist Central New York cancer patients in financial need, living in or having active treatment in Oneida, Herkimer, Madison, and Onondaga counties. Visit thejmcf.org.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
The immigration raids continue nationwide. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We're targeting the worst first, right? That's who we're getting. We're focusing on those targets. We're not targeting people in schools. We're not targeting people in churches.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement Field Office Director Sam Olson in Chicago tells Fox they're targeting illegal immigrants who are criminal or public safety threats. And Fox's Brooke Singman reports.
On Monday, ICE made nearly 1,200 arrests and lodged another 853 ICE detainers. And in Denver yesterday, DEA agents finding and removing 134,000 fentanyl pills off the streets while also arresting 2 illegal immigrants with suspected cartel ties.
President Trump wants changes in the military.
An executive order calling on the Pentagon to examine the issue of transgender troops in the military, which could lead to an eventual ban.
That's Fox's Jennifer Griffin. Another order would eliminate military diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Yet another gives service members kicked out for not getting a COVID vaccine restored rank and full back pay and benefits, and President Trump ordered an Iron Dome missile defense system like Israel has. The White House Budget Office has put out a memo that the Wall Street Journal reports is leading to confusion. It's ordering a freeze on federal financial assistance programs that might be affected by Trump executive orders, though Medicare and Social Security are exempt. At the Justice Department, fallout from Special Counsel Jack Smith's Trump investigations that led to 2 federal indictments since dropped. More than a dozen people who worked with Smith have been fired. Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew tells Fox Business.
What did the Justice Department expect? They were weaponized. They were specifically, dealing out justice for thee, but not for me.
The U.S. is getting a new Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, confirmed by the Senate.
Scott's going to do a great job. He's going to bring some South Carolina common sense to everything here.
Republican Senator Roger Marshall, there is a confirmation vote planned today for Sean Duffy, the Transportation Secretary nominee. America's listening to Fox News.
Time's running out. Citigroup predicts gold hitting $3,000 by 2025. Every day you wait could cost you. Noble Gold Investments is your path to the future, your guide to what's coming. Don't wait for $3,000 gold. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com now and get 10 1-ounce silver American Eagle coins with a qualified account. Just use promo code SILVER. Get ready for tomorrow's gains today. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risk. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making any investment decision.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation welcomed U.S. Army Specialist Brett Menard into a new mortgage-free smart home in Florida. While on a road clearance mission in Afghanistan, Brett's vehicle was blown up by an improvised explosive device. In that instant, his life changed forever. The blast left Brett a T4 paraplegic with other catastrophic injuries. Tunnel to Towers built him a specially adapted smart home that allows severely injured heroes like Brett to live more independently. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org.
With a ceasefire still in place in Gaza, ahead of 2 more Hamas hostage releases planned this week, thousands of Palestinians who were forced to flee during the war from northern Gaza have gone back, with many finding there's no home to return to.
They walked all day to find only ruins. There is nothing left, says this man after a trek to northern Gaza. I will sleep on the ground. I am exhausted. Israeli forces allowing tens of thousands of Palestinians to return to parts of the territory worst hit by the war. UN humanitarian coordinator Gloria Lazic.
We need to mobilize humanitarian partners, but also development partners as soon as possible to rebuild all this.
The walk north, just the start of a long journey back for Gazans. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Also returning to a disaster zone, wildfire victims in the Los Angeles area. Heavy rain has helped put out the fires and allowing more people to return to the ruins of their homes. Thousands burned down in that disaster, at least 29 people killed. On Wall Street, NASDAQ futures are rising, suggesting a rebound from yesterday's big tech sell-off over Chinese AI concerns. That did not drag the Dow down with it, though. It surged up almost 300 points. An NBA player who doesn't want to play for his team anymore, Jimmy Butler, has been benched by the Miami Heat again.
After walking out of practice before Miami's game against the Magic, Miami has suspended Butler indefinitely, lasting no fewer than 5 games. Butler was reportedly told he would not be in the starting lineup against Orlando, and the 6-time All-Star left shoot-around shortly after, according to the Associated Press. Butler has been suspended twice already this month for a total of 9 games as he looks for a trade out of Miami. He was suspended 7 games in early January for conduct detrimental to the team, before receiving a 2-game ban for missing a team flight to Milwaukee last week. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
And without Butler, the Miami Heat beat the Orlando Magic last night in double overtime. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. The snow continues to fall. We have cloudy skies. 23 degrees. Your full weather forecast is coming up. We will get to that long list of school delays and closings in just a minute. There are some that have gone from delayed to now closed. We've got that full report coming up. State police have announced a former New York State trooper, 27-year-old Thomas Macia, resigned after being charged with tampering, false reporting, and misconduct. Authorities say Macia shot himself on October 30th, 2024, and lied about an incident that happened on the Southern State Parkway in Nassau County. Police also say a search of his family's home uncovered an illegal firearm, leading to charges against his parents, 62-year-old Thomas Macia Sr. and 55-year-old Dorothy Macia. All were arraigned and are due back in court on February 5th. You can read more details on this story at WIBX950.com. A 26-year-old woman from Utica has been charged with assault following a stabbing incident on Leeds Street. According to Utica Police, emergency units from Utica Fire and Utica Police were dispatched to a residence on the 1100 block of Leeds Street on January 24th, just before midnight. Upon arrival, they found a male victim with stab wounds to his arm. Police say the incident occurred during an argument between the man and his girlfriend, during which he allegedly stabbed him in the arm. He was subsequently taken to Wynn Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Natasha Welch was found shortly after and interviewed by investigators. In addition to the assault charge, she's facing a charge of criminal possession of a weapon. Tragic story out of Lewis County. A 5-year-old trapped beneath a hay bale in a barn was declared deceased at Lewis County Hospital. On January 26th at around 1:35 p.m., New York State Police were called to the 2nd Road in the town of Croquet regarding an unconscious child. When they arrived, they discovered the child, 5-year-old Silas J. Moser of Carthage, underneath a hay bale. Members of Beaver Falls Ambulance attempted life-saving measures. Moser was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. A preliminary investigation indicates the hay bale fell on Moser, entrapping him. An autopsy has been scheduled to establish the official cause of death. The investigation is ongoing. And enthusiastic basketball fans at Vanderbilt are costing the university $500,000 for again storming the court this past weekend. Remember, they were the ones that took the goal post after the win against Alabama and threw it into the Cumberland River. Members of the crowd flooded onto the hardwood at Memorial Gym after the Commodores defeated the 9th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats Saturday. The SEC imposed a $500 fine for Vandy's third violation of the league's access to competition area policy. The second offense happened the previous weekend after Vanderbilt beat the Vols in men's basketball. The first offense came back in October at First Bank Stadium when fans rushed the field after the Vandy football team's historic win against Alabama, as I mentioned. Again, chucked that goalpost into the river. 7:08, here's your forecast.
Snow squalls and wind reducing visibilities and at times making travel difficult in spots as we head through this morning, and more snow showers and snow squalls through late morning into the afternoon. Actually, winter storm watch for tonight for another system coming in. Going to be tough to measure snow today with gusty winds, but still around 2 inches or so, and then another 4 to 6 inches tonight with maybe some double-digit totals by tomorrow. I'm Ray Stachik at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Areas of blowing snow and lingering snow showers here in Marcy, cloudy and 23 at 7:09.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 million protection package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name Clay as the promo code at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in Central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
We're your complete appliance center, and we service what we sell. Dave Hayes
Visit Dave Hayes Appliance Center to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Dave Hayes Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Dave Hayes Appliance Center, 5168 Commercial Drive, Yorkville, or online at davehayesappliance.com.
Hey, Central New York, this is Will Kane of The Will Kane Show, and you can now hear my show every weekday at WIBX. I do things a little differently when I'm behind the microphone because I turn it over to the listeners to learn and really dig into the issues that impact everyday Americans. The Will Kane Show lets you keep ahead of the headlines and understand what's really going on in the world with in-depth discussions from leading experts and the brightest minds. From politics to sports, nothing is off topic. Listen to The Will Kane Show weekdays at 6, only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, John in Bridgewater, you can call in now. I'm sorry. We're very sorry. We didn't plan to play a commercial break there, but it just happened. Welcome to modern technology.
This is a great, new, advanced, awesome, super cool system.
This is a great, new, advanced,
yeah, it's awesome,
cool system. We love it so much. Yes, we do. How about some school delays there, Andrew? Some have turned into cancellations here today.
Yes.
Including Utica School District is now CLOSED. All right, what do you have?
What did you say? Oh, what was that abbreviation you did?
Utica.
Oh, yeah.
CLOSED.
Are you the mayor of Philadelphia over there?
What does he do?
CLOSED.
Yeah.
Remember she spelled EGLSE.
Did I spell it wrong?
I think so.
CLOSED.
Oh, yes, you did. Okay, sorry. You spelled it correctly.
Thank you.
But the mayor of Philadelphia did spell Eagles wrong.
Yeah. Oh.
Did you see that clip?
It's like that commercial where they did the, instead of West, they did what? It was like West something, and they were holding up the letters in the stadium, and they looked
it was
over
all
to
mixed up, yeah.
Hi, Ty. They play that commercial.
Oh, that's funny.
They play that commercial one more time. I'm going to puke. All
it's
right.
Roll Tide.
School delays.
All right, the following schools have a 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES or no morning pre-K. 2-hour delay, no AM BOCES, no AM pre-K in Brookfield, Camden, Hamilton, Little Falls, and that is no AM BOCES, no AM pre-K with a 2-hour delay. The following schools on a 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES: Adirondack Central Schools, Central Valley, Charlotte Valley, Dolgeville Central Schools, Frankfort Schuyler, also Lawrence, Mount Markham Central Schools, OESJ or Oppenheim Ephrata St. Johnsville, O&D Young Central Schools, Richfield Springs, Stockbridge Valley, Verona, VVS, Vernon Verona Sherrill Central Schools, Waterville, and West Canada Valley and Worcester on a 2-hour delay with no AM BOCES. The following schools, regular old 2-hour delay. We've got Cherry Valley Christian Heritage School, Clinton Central Schools, Cooperstown, Edmiston Central Schools, also Herkimer BOCES and Herkimer Central Schools. Madison Central Schools, Madison Oneida BOCES, Mohawk Valley Christian Academy, Morris Central School, on a 2-hour delay. Also on a 2-hour delay, Oneida City School District, Oneida Herkimer Madison BOCES. We have Oneida City School District, Oneida Herkimer Madison BOCES. Poland and Remsen also on a 2-hour delay. Skenevis, Sherburne Earlville, St. Francis de Sales School in Herkimer. Unadilla Valley Central Schools on a 2-hour delay. Also Webb Union Free School District, all on a 2-hour delay. And the following schools are closed officially. We have the...
doesn't seem that terrible out. It's slick. It's definitely slick, but
yeah,
a lot of schools affected by this today.
It is enough where Holland Patton and the Jewish Community Center Preschool, Holland Patton and Jewish Community
These
Center
are closed.
Preschool closed. Okay. Morrisville Eaton now closed. New Hartford Central Schools, New York Mills, and Notre Dame Schools closed. Oriskany is closed. Also Rome City Schools, Sequoia Valley, St. John the Evangelist Nursery School, Utica Academy of Science, and Utica City Schools are now closed. Westmoreland Central Schools in Whitesboro closed. And Herkimer College will open at 9:30. There are also a number of different organizations and different libraries and such that are closed, you can get all those at WIBX950.com.
All right. What do you know, Davey? Anything you want to add to that? You were driving in. It was slippery. You almost hit a horse. Anything happened to you coming in today? You slid off the road into the ditch. Can you turn your mic on? No? Can we hear that hoarse voice of yours? Get it? Horse.
I didn't hit no horse.
You didn't hit a horse?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm hearing it. Someone called me and said you hit a horse.
I didn't hit no stupid horse.
Oh. Andrew, did we just get a phone call that said Davey hit a horse on the way in?
That's what I got. That's the report.
Yep.
I don't know what you guys are smoking. I didn't hit no horse.
Okay, well, that's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing.
You got baloney blown out of your ears.
You think so?
Baloney ears.
All right. I'm only telling you what people are telling us. That's all I'm saying. John in Bridgewater said Davey hit a horse. I'm like, he hit a horse? Yeah, he hit a horse on the way in.
Gosh.
Slippery. Visibility was poor.
Is this like when John blew the whistle on his company?
I think it is. I think it is. There's water everywhere. There's water everywhere. Davey hit a horse. Yep. Let me go with Lieutenant Mike Curley right now with UPD. The latest on this. Actually, there's an update, very interesting, on the Grim Reaper case, if you recall that, in Utica, and we'll get to that coming up. On the line, Mike Curley, Lieutenant, good morning. What do we know on the stabbing incident that occurred in Utica?
Yeah, good morning, Bill. So just appears to be an unfortunate domestic situation. A boyfriend and girlfriend got in an argument over some relationship issues. During the course of the argument, the female grabbed a knife, stabbed the male in the arm a couple times, and thankfully we were able to locate her later. He was not injured severely, but nonetheless, just highlights the dangerous situations that sometimes domestic incidents bring.
Yeah, and I'm sure I've placed a woman at some point in my 59 years of life in a position where they wanted to stab me. But
nobody's ever gotten to that point.
Never have gotten to that quite to that point.
Well, maybe not with a knife.
So I'm a lucky man.
Right.
Yeah, lucky man. But I got to tell you, the one thing you think about this is we'll say on the outside, well, he was just stabbed in the arm, so nothing life-threatening. The reality is, depending on the stab to the arm, you could be messing with nerves and all sorts of. It can do some pretty serious damage.
No, certainly, and especially defensive wounds where it cuts the fingers, and God forbid they have to get amputated and things. We've certainly seen those over the course of the years. So anytime you introduce any kind of weapon, regardless what it is, certainly has the potential for some bad stuff.
Grim Reaper. This was a person that was dressed up as a Grim Reaper and actually went into one individual location. And tell us what happened then and where we are today on this case.
Yeah, so there are just a multitude of different crimes that this individual has committed. And, when we first put the first incident out, we were kind of working with some things, believing it to be all related because of the nature of the victims. And then, over time and cell phones and geographical location stuff, we kind of learned it to be the same individual. So we believe, and our allegation is that he shot an individual, tried to start a house on fire, tried to start a car on fire, and then conspired to have the two individuals who were related to the South Street shooting, not the victim itself, but people related to that particular location, murdered a third time. So this is a dangerous individual that we're very happy to get off the street now, and certainly it'll proceed to the criminal justice system, but we expect certainly a lengthy sentence on this one.
Okay, wow. And then any additional update on the homicide investigations you guys are working on?
Yeah, so we're still searching one individual. He's been kind of wily thus far. We believe he's kind of popping around the country with different people and staying with different people, and every time we get a track on him, a phone goes dead and things like that. So we have the entire might of the U.S. Marshal Service assisting us, so we're getting close, but there's still one individual outstanding that we're looking for, and we have no doubt that we'll get him soon.
All right. As always, Lieutenant, we appreciate what you all do out there today, and thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much. Have a great day.
All right. Have a great day. Lieutenant Mike Curley with the Utica Police. I got a bunch of comments here. I'm going to get to some of those. We'll tell you, and Davey, you can confirm this. Drive carefully out there, right? You're right in. Even though we're now being told you didn't hit a horse, you were a horse while driving in. That's what we were told.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
You want to comment on that, Davey, or...
I didn't hit a horse.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We just got word you did not hit a horse.
Right.
Yeah, that's been confirmed. No horse has been hit. No animals were injured. during the taping of this program.
We do have a couple comments here as well.
I got some as well. Let me start with this. Mike says on Davey, Davey ain't got no sore throat and apparently no mojo today. Ain't got no sore throat and apparently some mojo is missing. And if you're ever involved in a domestic argument, do not do it in the kitchen. That is the rule of marital bliss.
Move it to the basement.
It goes somewhere where there aren't so many sharp objects.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, very, very important. Let's see. Nagel is sending us all sorts of Eagles stuff, and believe me, Nagel, we're with you. I hope that I really do hope that the Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs, which I hate. Davey, you should test again. Oh no, this is Nurse Donna checking in.
Oh boy,
Davey, you should test again. I started losing my voice, went to a sore throat, then went to strep.
Oh,
bum bum bum.
So Nagel is sending us the.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's Bob. It's true. Davey did not hit a horse.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob.
Nagel says he's buying this if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, forgetting this decade if we lose. The shirt is green, Eagles green, and says ELGSES. Again, the mayor of Philadelphia in a spirited rally.
All right, very nice.
Given that, we'll have other app comments to get to here shortly.
You must be able to spell if you're going to try to be funny online. On the line right now, in the midst of this snowy start to a Tuesday morning, is the one and only Joel Barkin with the United Indian Nation. Joel, good morning.
I'm not sure. There might be some other Joel Barkin, so I'm not.
I think you're. I believe we have tested it out. We did the search. Whitepages.com. You're the only one.
I think there is. I think there's one other who I sometimes wonder if he gets the Google alerts for me and is reading about what are all these stories about the United Indian Nation.
Why is everybody on my LinkedIn page all of a sudden here?
Yes.
Well, I will tell you that I've often said to the person named Bill Keeler here in Utica, I really feel bad about all those pizzas and pranks you were sent in the middle of the night. My apologies. My name's unlisted. His was not. Well, here we go. All right. Well, listen, I got to tell you, I was just at the resort recently, and I have to say, I cannot believe how quickly construction is not only, I know it's been underway, but how quickly the new hotel is going up and stuff is happening out there.
Yeah, if you go by, I mean, it's what's so impressive. Seemingly every week, it seems like they're putting on another floor, and it's going to be about 10 stories high. At the moment, they've got 3 stories. So I'm watching these guys every time I come in and just up there 3 stories in the air in this wintry weather, just being like, wow, these guys are incredible.
We saw a lot of the
amazing.
We were there recently, Bill and I, and we saw the steel and all of the structures that are going up just right outside of the main building as it is, and then all around the property. It's just incredible.
What you can't see is on the backside because we closed off the road. But where we are building the Grand Expo, our new meeting and convention space, and it is real. I mean, it's the size of multiple football fields, right? It's huge, and it will be, I think, really stunning once people get a real perspective of just how big it is.
Again, you guys growing at a time when other casinos throughout the Northeast have been struggling, so that's a good sign.
It's casinos, but it is really the nation's commitment to diversification across all of our enterprises. I mean, this was a historic past year. I mean, for the first time ever, our team member and employee investment, so payroll, healthcare, pension contributions, exceeded $300 million in the last year alone. And that's, to be clear on that, I mean, that's not payroll out in India or Mexico or Georgia somewhere, right? But those are 5,000 employees, many, the vast majority of which are, in and around the region. So that's something we're really proud about, and with hopes to continue to grow. I mean, we are in the midst of the expansion of Point Place Casino. We're building a hotel there, as you know, and doubling the size of the gaming floor at the casino. That will create more job opportunities. Obviously, the Turning Stone Evolution with its new hotel and Grand Expo will create more and more job opportunities. We've diversified. We just opened 2 new Verona Collective stores, our Seed to Sale cannabis operation. So that's created many new opportunities and several other plans in the works.
Looking at some of the numbers here that in terms of investment just last year, the capital project, looking at over $129 million invested, increased spending in New York State using vendors, some $263 million, increased investments in payrolls, as you mentioned. And the other part I think that is important is the number of vendors that you use. And you see it every time you see like Utica Coffee but it goes beyond that in terms of construction and contractors, the number of New York State vendors that are used, but the number of vendors in Oneida, Madison, and Onondaga County.
Yeah, I mean, that has always been a priority of the Oneida Indian Nations that we, if we can source it locally, then that should always take priority. If we found, and one of the great things about that, you mentioned Utica Coffee, but there are many other businesses throughout the region we've had, decade-plus relationships with that have grown with us, and that has been a great thing to see. And I know with Utica Coffee in particular, Frank, the owner there, will often talk about, he's been able. Part of what his ability to hire and expand and reinvest in his own business, because he knows that he's got a very stable customer in the Oneida Indian Nation, and one that's continuing to grow and look for ways to increase our partnership. I will tell you, just as an aside on that, I just sampled. The nation has a maple syrup company.
Mm-hmm. I've had it. It's good.
And he has been testing a new coffee mix of our maple syrup with his coffee, and it's spectacular.
I like
really
that
cool.
idea.
I mean, excited.
Speak to also about the addition to the Verona Collective products and that kind of arm of the Oneida Indian Nation, how successful that's been, not only for the nation, but for also employment in the area.
Yeah, well, up until this year, we had 2 dispensaries in Verona, and then in the last 2 weeks, we opened 2 more in Sherrill and Chittenango, so we sort of doubled the number of dispensaries, and with plans to open a couple more before the end of the year. So it's done very well, and I think people have really come to appreciate the fact that it's twofold. One, everything we do from seed to sale, it happens on nation land. So we're growing it, we're packaging it, we're selling it, and I think what we've heard over and over for our guests is just the quality and the trust within the product has been extremely high. And the stores are beautiful.
Yeah.
And, I think one of the things that people come to appreciate about, if the nation is opening it, they know there's a standard of quality that we demand, and it's been additive to those areas. So it's done well. We've created a lot of opportunities there, and I think we'll, look to expand on that here in the year to come.
I am very much anticipating the seafood restaurant that's going to be opening. And then I just wanted to say that I peg you as a Giants fan in terms of football. Are you a Giants fan?
No. I'm a Bills guy. Come
You're
on.
a Bills guy. All right. Well, and this is where I'm going to go with
admit
this.
it if he was a Giants fan. Let's be honest.
We have a few listeners, John and Bridgewater in particular, who is, he's a Bills hater. Happy the Bills lost, but I got to say, the number of the revenue that ends up being lost, and everybody's still going to do well. You guys are going to do well. Everybody who's doing Super Bowl stuff, they're all going to do well. But there's an added boost when a local team is in. And with Buffalo in, you already had. I mean, people were having conference championship parties on Sunday night. If the Bills could have made it past the Chiefs, it would have meant just mayhem getting back to the Super Bowl. And I guess we're going to have to wait for another year on that, sadly.
Yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow this year. And it's certainly, if you were there at New York Rec and Social or Sportsbook and Sports Bar at Turning Stone, Sunday night, it was packed,
And then the other part is you've reopened the area that was the sports book. For those who want to just go there and sit and watch a game, right. You have the machines that are out there where you can still place your bets. I think this shows to me that you come up with a plan. Okay, we're going to turn that into a regular bar. But listening to customers saying, "Boy, I missed that. I wish that was still there," and then voila, all of a sudden it's back in place again. So you're reacting to people, to your customers. I think that is important when it comes to success.
That's the secret sauce.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we listen to our guests and we move quickly. We don't. I think that is one of the real great things about working for the nation, for me and for everyone who I know in similar roles, is that if you have a good idea or if there's something that's going wrong and you have a solution to it, we turn it around quick. It's not a lot of red tape when it comes to that kind of stuff.
All right. Joel Barkin, as always, we appreciate the update. Great to see real construction going out there. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
All right, Joel, thanks.
I used to end all conversations with Go Bills. Can I still do that?
You still can.
John in Bridgewater says no. Wait a minute. Update, John in Bridgewater. No, Davey did hit a horse. You did hit a horse? I'm joking. Come on. Here's Stefan. Good morning, Stefan.
Well, hello, Bill.
All right, I've got 2 seconds for you. What do you have?
Well, for the Hall of Fame induction weekend, Billy Wagner is getting inducted, and he's a former Met. He was on the team that we thought would be like 1986, 2006, and he was part of the best bullpen that year that the Mets had.
Yeah, it's another disappointment in my life in the world of sports. I just can never pick the right team. All right, Stephen, good stuff. Everything good out there? You're back to normal? Everything's good?
Yes, everything's good.
All right, good. Okay. Be careful because it's slippery out there. The roads are slick and so are the sidewalks.
Yes, it is.
All right, you have a great day, Stephen. Thank you, man.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Coming up, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day. And before we get to that, Andrew has an update on news coming right up.
If you've ordered a Tempur-Pedic mattress somewhere other than Mattress Express and have waited 7 days or longer for delivery, stop waiting, cancel it, bring the receipt to Mattress Express. We'll give you a sale price or a $200 prepaid Visa card and get it delivered fast.
Hi, I'm New York State Health Commissioner Dr. Jim McDonald. I'm here to respond to lies being spread about the future of home health care in New York. There are businesses pushing a misinformation campaign to protect their own profits. It's meant to scare you into thinking that New Yorkers will lose access to home care. That's false. Your governor and I would never let that happen. So here's what you need to know. New York State has a new plan for a vital program known as CDPAP. Our plan will protect New Yorkers who rely on home care. It will protect vulnerable people from businesses that haven't played by the rules, and it will protect taxpayers from middlemen that have abused Medicaid funding. Our plan will deliver better home care service. If you're a CDPAP home care user, you can keep your trusted caregiver. If you're a caregiver, it'll be easier for you to get paid. New Yorkers, will get better care and better service at a better price. That's the truth.
A message from the New York State Health Department.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 Million Protection Package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name Clay as the promo code at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 7:35. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now, we're at 21 degrees. Temperatures will continue to fall. Cloudy skies and snow showers in the area. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. State police have announced a former New York State trooper, 27-year-old Thomas Macia, resigned after being charged with tampering, false reporting, and misconduct. Authorities say Macia shot himself on October 30th, 2024, and lied about the incident on the Southern State Parkway in Nassau County. Police also say a search of his family's home uncovered an illegal firearm, leading to charges against his parents, 62-year-old Thomas Macia Sr. and 55-year-old Dorothy Macia. All were arraigned and are due back in court on February 5th. You can read more details at WIBX950.com. A 26-year-old woman from Utica has been charged with assault following a stabbing incident on Leeds Street. Utica police say emergency units from Utica Fire and UPD were called to a residence on the 1100 block of Leeds Street on January 24th, just before midnight. Upon arrival, they found a male victim with stab wounds to his arm. The incident occurred during an argument between the man and his girlfriend, during which she allegedly stabbed him in the arm. He was subsequently taken to Wynn Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Natasha Welch was found shortly after and interviewed by investigators. In addition to the assault charge, she's facing a charge of criminal possession of a weapon. A 5-year-old child trapped beneath a hay bale in a barn was declared deceased at Lewis County Hospital. Back on January 26th, around 1:35 p.m., New York State Police were called to 2nd Road in the town of Krogan regarding an unconscious child. When they arrived, they discovered the child, Silas Mosier, from Carthage underneath a hay bale. Members of Beaver Falls Ambulance attempted life-saving measures. Mosier was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Preliminary investigations indicate the hay bale fell on Mosier, entrapping him. An autopsy has been scheduled to establish the official cause of death. The investigation is ongoing. And one of the biggest stars in country music is bringing his latest tour to Central New York. This year, Luke Bryan will take the stage at Empower Federal Credit Union Amphitheater at Lakeview in Syracuse Thursday, June 5th. Bryan, who last played at the venue back in 2023, is best known for songs like Play It Again, That's My Kind of Night, and others. Seats for this show go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m., and they can be purchased through Live Nation. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:38. Here's your forecast.
Snow squalls and wind reducing visibilities and at times making travel difficult in spots as we head through this morning, and more snow showers and snow squalls in through late morning into the afternoon. Actually, winter storm watch for tonight for another system coming in. Going to be tough to measure snow today with gusty winds, but still around 2 inches or so, and then another 4 to 6 inches tonight with maybe some double-digit totals by tomorrow. I'm Ray Stejik at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're at 21 degrees under cloudy skies. We have that winter storm watch in effect. That's going to be from
tonight, 7 o'clock.
Tonight, 7 o'clock through tomorrow at 6 p.m. And we do have a number of school delays and closings. You can get the full list at WIBX950.com.
And some of those 2-hour delays have switched to closure, so be aware. And you know that there's no school tomorrow in New York State because we are celebrating the Lunar New Year tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
For the Chinese. I wonder if Chinese restaurants will be open tomorrow. I imagine they will. Yeah. Davey, it's time for Hobaika's free money question of the day. Earlier this morning, you gave us the number of $150. Thank you for that.
No, I didn't.
Thank you.
No, I didn't.
And thank you.
I said 100.
Yes, and 50. Thank you for that. And
plus another 100.
What caller number are you looking for?
Caller 5. After you said I hit a horse this morning, which I didn't.
Are you sure?
Yes.
100%.
I'm 100% sure.
110%.
I'm 100% sure I did not hit a horse. I swear to God, I did not.
Visibility was poor. That is true.
I didn't hit a horse.
And it was slippery.
I didn't hit a horse.
I know you didn't.
You
Somebody
didn't
else
hit a
must
horse.
have. We got to find out who hit the horse. All right.
Where did they hit it?
I don't know. That's what I was going to ask you. I thought you would know.
Well, we have a comment from Matt and Holland Patton. Save a horse. Don't ride with Davey. LOL.
He's your brother-in-law, isn't he?
Yes.
That's funny.
He's busting your chops. Okay there, Davey. What caller number are we looking for?
5.
Caller 5. Your chance to win $150. Thanks, Davey. $150. Fifth caller at 315-736-0186.
Scott and Jill here from New York Sash, where our reputation speaks for itself. Sure, you've heard us talk about how great our windows, siding, and baths are.
But did you know we have over 600 five-star reviews? Here are just a few recent customer reviews that prove we walk the talk.
I couldn't be happier with New York Sash. There isn't another company I would want to have done my home renovations.
I can never say enough great things about New York Sash. Their employees and customer care associates are top-notch.
We were so fortunate to work with New York Sash. They really went above and beyond our expectations. 5 stars for a wonderful job that will last for decades.
We could go on and on and on, but you should really check us out for yourself. Just Google New York Sash.
And when you're ready to start your home improvement project, stop by our showroom at 349 Oriskany Boulevard. Give us a call at 624-7344 or check us out at newyorksash.com. But don't forget to read our Google reviews.
It's time to stop letting road conditions dictate your journey. Nokian Tires all-weather tires are versatile enough for summer heat, spring rain, and winter snow, allowing you to forget the forecast so you can focus on the road ahead, not the road below. Forget the forecast with a year-round tire approved for winter use. Find Nokian Tires all-weather tires at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair with locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Learn more at tallmanstire.com.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
It's a winter wonderland of deals at Steve Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer. Drive in to unbeatable offers on vehicles built to handle snow and ice. Lease the 2025 Equinox LT all-wheel drive for only $369 a month. Or tackle winter with the 2024 Silverado Crew Cab LT 4-wheel drive. Lease for just $425 a month. Hurry, these deals won't last. Offers end January 31st. Customers must qualify with top-tier credit through GM Financial. Lease terms of 3 years, 10,000 miles per year. Mileage penalty of 25 cents per mile over 30,000 miles. Lessee must have a current Chevy lease in the household. Customer must qualify and sign up with a new GM card. All taxes, fees, $2,000 down on first payment due at delivery. Equinox stock number 25230. Silverado stock number 24621. See salesperson for details. Find your perfect winter ride today at Steve Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer, where it's always easy to do business. Together, let's drive.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, listen, portions of the program brought to you by Davey. New York Sash. It's the final weeks of the New York Sash buy 2 windows, get 1 free sale. And if you notice your windows are a bit drafty, heating bills a little high, are your window frames old or rotted, you have storm windows on that look ugly, just some of the reasons why it would be a great time to upgrade to a New York Sash premium replacement window. Not only are they custom made for your home, but they're custom made for Central New York weather. The buy 2 windows, get 1 free sale from New York Sash only happens once a year, and there's only a few weeks left. So head down to New York Sash and check out their windows on display, or go online, newyorksash.com, and sign up for a free price quote. You'll be happy you did. And, of course, the home show coming up at Nexus this weekend. This weekend also is CNY Wing Wars. We'll be there on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday from noon until 3 at Harts Hill Inn. And there'll be celebrity judges, a whole bunch of restaurants with their wings. And it is Wing Wars, CNY Wing Wars. $35 ticket gets you pizza plus a drink and a sampling of all the wings. Isn't that nice?
That's really nice.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm one of the judges.
Don't be judging.
Some years we have Davey. You're going too, right? You're going to be there. Davey will be signing autographs in the vestibule.
Yeah, I'll be there. I want to come.
All right, good.
I'll be your taster.
You'll be my you'll be my taster. Okay.
Peanut butter and jelly.
They actually have had a peanut butter. That
sounds really good,
wing.
actually.
Yeah, I mean it was.
I
good.
recently, as I've said before, I recently realized that spicy and peanut butter go well together.
Yeah.
When I had that burger, the jalapeno peanut butter burger.
Hello, Sandy. Is that you?
Hi. Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Sandy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Are you ready to take a shot at Hobica's free money question of the day?
Yes, I am.
Is John from Bridgewater there helping you?
No, but it's my husband sitting next to her in the truck.
Okay. All right.
Well, we hear other voices. We usually think it's related to John.
That's right. Everybody's calling in, helping. John's helping everybody.
John's in the truck with him. He's in the
All
back.
right. So, what's your husband's name, Sandy?
Well, tell Andrew I have the same name that his father has. He knows me.
Okay.
Ernie. Okay. How are you, buddy?
Good, and yourself?
Good.
All right, so
Ernie's a good man.
We have Ernie and Sandy here, ready to take a shot at Hobica's free money question of the day. It's worth $150, and here is your question. Are you ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
I am.
These two former Beatles were in New York City, just down the street from NBC on a Saturday night. Lorne Michaels offered them $3,000 to come to the show for a semi-Beatles reunion. Which two did he offer the money to? Ready? Go.
Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr.
Is it Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr? Oh.
Is it Paul and George?
No, it was Paul and John.
Oh.
The offer happened in the late 1970s before John had been killed.
Oh,
they were down the street. And I only know this because this was just on their documentary, which was on last night. And they were just down. They were down the street.
So close. Well, do you give them $75? They got one of them right.
I'll give him something there, Mr. Nice Guy. We're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card. It's a $25 gift card, and it's good at Nexus, The Odd, any of the Comets games, 72 Tavern and Grill, Taylor and the Cook, Babes, Aquavino. The list goes on, and Davey's going to hook you up with that, okay?
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Sandy and Ernie, you have a wonderful day, guys. Be careful out there. It's slippery.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You too.
All right,
Bye.
Yep.
Stand by.
Bye.
Do you want to know the story of how it went down? This is really kind of cool. Lorne Michaels came on TV, and so John Lennon's place was up at the Dakota, which is just up from NBC Rockefeller Center on the park. And they had gotten word that Paul McCartney was visiting John Lennon, and they were watching SNL. And so Lorne Michaels, this was not a planned moment. Lorne Michaels came on and offered $3,000, even back in the 70s, $3,000 was like, is that the most you can offer?
Yeah, seriously.
Offered him $3,000, and Lorne Michaels on camera, looking into the camera, said, we have some requirements, however. You must play She Loves You, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. That's $1,000 right there. Of the three.
Oh, my God.
It'll be easy. You know the words.
I hope so.
You guys can divide it up if you want. If you want to give Ringo Starr less, that's up to you. I'd rather not get involved in that. Anyway, the story now goes on a recent documentary. Paul McCartney later confirmed that they were honestly considering leaving, and they said, what do you think, John? You want to go down?
Go down.
And they almost walked out the door, and they did not. So there never was a reunion. And, of course, we all know what happened after that. Sadly, John Lennon was shot and killed and just destroyed everything. Piece of garbage.
That's true.
All right.
You want some comments here?
Not yet, but I want to play this. I've been trying to find. I might have found last night. SNL had all of their music and all their music guests, and over the years they've had some amazing guests. You ever watch sometime SNL, especially back in the 70s and 80s, when some group would come on and be like a punk group, and you'd be like, "Who in the world is this?"
Yeah.
And it would turn out to either be something big or it never was. But they launched a lot of careers. Anyway, Paul Buckley called yesterday and said, you got to turn over. This is incredible. I think this is going to be a song on the radio. I think you're going to hear this on the radio, and I believe I have the right thing playing. I hope I do, and I'm about to play it here for you. Davey, you're already spreading this to me. I hope you like it. This is SNL 50 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are so lucky tonight. Carly XCX.
It's a mashup. It's really, really good.
Bob Dylan. Willie Nelson. Bad Bunny. Live from New York.
SNL has served as a time capsule through the decades for America.
To me, it was the most iconic American television show of all time.
You don't know what's going to happen until 11:30 p.m.
It's the tightrope walk. They want to see you dangle. They don't want to see you fall.
Lauren called on Wednesday. We had to fly to New York that night.
Things are constantly changing.
We're going to change you here. We're going to change you there.
You have to run from the music sketch when you're all covered in sweat and change.
The first time we came to Saturday Night Live, I was absolutely terrified.
The first thing that blew my mind was Devo playing Satisfaction.
There was also a message from Lauren. This is not just like a musical guest. We're going to make this a really...
This isn't it.
The show.
This isn't it, for God's sakes.
Hip-hop music.
We were the first rap group to...
I'll tell you that it's about 4.5 minutes long, and I recorded it last night, and it recorded after.
Because once you start watching it and you record, it doesn't go back, right?
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Is we didn't start until 15 minutes in. This was the opener. It was the teaser. And I'm telling you, they're going to release this thing. It's going to be a radio hit. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I will find the audio. I will find it. You have comments?
Yes, I do. This one.
If it's somebody that has confirmed that Davey hit a horse, I'm going to be really upset.
State police investigator. We are confirming a report of. We are investigating a report of a dead horse. Route 49 in the Rome area. So we will check in with that.
Okay. All right.
This is Deeds in New Hartford. So now you'll be able to live in a sinkhole. Sounds nice. Talking about the new zoning for the Singertown Square Mall. The old STP in Holland Penn had peanut butter and jelly wings, and they were delicious.
That was a rumor that went around when Sangertown first opened, that it was built on a swamp and ultimately would become a sinkhole. And you know what? That never happened. And you know that, Deeds.
Yeah.
I think that if you live there, you're going to be just fine.
Just fine. Big Honey and Heckler.
As long as you don't mind Charlie Seeley being right next to you.
He's gonna move in there.
Come on in for 2 bones. I'll give you a leather jacket.
Come on down. Big Honey and Heckler. Sorry, but anybody that says they're not watching the Super Bowl is lying. I don't know there, Big Honey. It's going to be really hard for me to watch. No. And then John in Bridgewater. Hey, Bill, I'll call back. Just wanted to talk about the whiteout on Route 8 and Oneida Street at the light. Also, a weather comment from Wayne. He says this morning, I am literally outside. It is the worst weather so far this year. This was about 45 minutes ago.
It's very slippery and very windy. There's something about this snow that's very slippery. Yeah. Let me take John in Bridgewater. John, you have proof that Davey did hit a horse. Am I correct?
Well, I'm not saying nothing. I was outside cleaning snow when you guys talked about Davey hitting a horse.
The horse. Whinny, I believe.
I wanted to know if you were in that whiteout this morning.
I was. It was snowing pretty hard.
Because I'm coming, on Route 8, you get to the caution light in Sequoia.
Yes.
Well, I can see that, and I see a whole bunch of cars coming my way. And, Bill, a complete whiteout. Wind, snow, I couldn't see nothing. I couldn't see the guardrail on the right. nothing.
You know, and in other areas, you might look out and be like, I don't know why they're closing all these schools. It doesn't look that bad out, but there were areas that were really, and are still. I mean, and then, you know, it's going to be nasty tomorrow morning as well.
Yep.
Because we're supposed to get some snow.
It was something that I never drove in one of them in a long time. So, but, all right. Hey, have a good day, man.
All right, and that's one of those things, John, where you don't want to pull over because you don't know what's behind you.
Yeah.
Well, that's just it. I didn't know where to pull over because I couldn't see the guardrails on my right.
Oh yeah, I hate that. Yeah.
That's all. Anyways, hey, I'm going to have some horse patties tomorrow if anybody's interested. So I'll bring them.
Hey.
I'll bring them to the station.
That would be good. A little mustard, a little ketchup, a couple pickles,
a little horseradish.
Horseradish. You got it.
That's okay. You can pass on that.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, man.
All right, John. All right. Davey, John in Bridgewater seems to be confirming something here. I don't know what's going on.
I'm confirming his true facts. I did not hit a horse this morning.
Did you see his vehicle out there this morning?
Here is, it seemed like I saw it had a whole mane along the, almost as if it was a mustache on the front of his car. Weirdest thing. That could have been a tail, too. I'm not sure. I don't know, Davey. I don't know. The Oneidas and Rob Esch are the only two parties that get anything done around here, says Deeds. This is every immigrant who committed nonviolent crimes. Be safe out there, and all who haven't committed crimes, be safe. Also, unfortunately, Trump is on the hunt. This is from Men Know Your Worth TV. Some names on YouTube are just crazy. Steve Colenso, it wasn't a horse. Davey did not hit a horse. It was actually a cow.
Good. Okay.
Hello, Rita. Those are the comments. Davey, you want to add to that?
I didn't hit anything.
You did not.
So take it and smoke it.
Take it and smoke it is the quote. Take it and smoke it.
Is that anything like put that in your pipe and smoke it?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Nothing was hit. All right. I want to tell you about the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. I have been having, back issues for years. It's probably hereditary, to be honest. But when I go to the Falcon Clinic and they do that adjustment, which is an osteopathic adjustment, it lasts about 40 minutes. So it's more intense than something you'd get from your chiropractor. However, it doesn't include the back crack and all that. It is making sure everything in your body, in your system, your system, everything is flowing the way it should flow, even your sinuses. And when you walk out of there, you feel so unbelievably good. They're accepting new patients right now. Call them today at 315-507-4751. I go there, Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Are you sick of being just a number or doing a mindless job? Become a craftsman in a trade. Become an IBEW electrician. The IBEW and the Electrician Training Alliance will give you all the tools necessary at their state-of-the-art training facility. Earn as you learn. Paid training while you get your certification. What are you waiting for? Become an IBEW Local 43 electrician. Call or go online today to learn more. Find your career at IBEW and let the Electrician Training Alliance light up your future.
We're your complete appliance center, and we service what we sell. Dave Hayes.
Pack a more powerful clean with a Maytag dishwasher. Get serious cleaning strength with enhanced wash for more water and heat. Plus sandy rinse to deliver a confident clean and heated dry with fan to dry dishes completely. Even fit bulky dishes with an adjustable upper rack. Shop Dave Hayes Appliance Center, 5168 Commercial Drive, Yorkville, or online at davehayesappliance.com.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, EasyCater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smart.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
He wants the U.S. to be just as protected as Israel. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News President Trump has signed an executive order to create the same thing here they use there.
To immediately begin the construction of a state-of-the-art Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will be able to protect Americans.
The president also signed other executive orders for the military, including eliminating DEI programs and ordering a review of transgender troops, which could lead to an eventual ban. The president made his comments at a gathering with House Republicans at his resort in Doral, Florida, where he also reacted to a Chinese AI startup, DeepSeek, using cheaper technology, which led to a big tech sell-off on Wall Street. And he calls it a wake-up call.
We need to be laser-focused on competing to win because we have the greatest scientists in the world. Even Chinese leadership told me that.
Well, the Nasdaq plunged 3% yesterday, but this morning Nasdaq futures are up slightly. Federal agents keep conducting immigration raids across the country. Trump orders our Tom Homan tells Fox.
Anybody in the country illegally, they're on the table, but we're going to go after them in a prioritization that makes sense. The worst first.
That means immigrants considered criminal or public safety threats first. Yesterday alone, ICE agents made almost 1,200 arrests nationwide, ordered another 800-plus immigrants be detained. But as Democrats push back, vowing to resist these raids, House Republicans take action.
The House Oversight Committee sent 4 letters to the mayors of Chicago, New York City, Denver, and Boston. The committee states while there are hundreds of cities and counties with sanctuary laws or policies across the U.S., these 4 cities stand out because of their, quote, abject failure to comply with federal law.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. A grocery store is a crime scene in Elkhart, Indiana. A gunman opened fire inside a Martin's supermarket.
Police rushing to the scene say they found 2 victims dead inside the store. That's when the shooter opened fire and was killed in the exchange of gunfire. 2 officers who were hit are expected to recover. No immediate word on what prompted the shooting.
That's Gary Baumgarten. America's listening to Fox News.
Time's running out. Citigroup predicts gold hitting $3,000 by 2025. Every day you wait could cost you. Noble Gold Investments is your path to the future, your guide to what's coming. Don't wait for $3,000 gold. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com now and get 10 1-ounce silver American Eagle coins with a qualified account. Just use promo code SILVER. Get ready for tomorrow's gains today. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risk. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making any investment decision.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation welcomed U.S. Army Specialist Brett Menard into a new mortgage-free smart home in Florida. While on a road clearance mission in Afghanistan, Brett's vehicle was blown up by an improvised explosive device. In that instant, his life changed forever. The blast left Brett a T4 paraplegic with other catastrophic injuries. Tunnel to Towers built him a specially adapted smart home that allows severely injured heroes like Brett to live more independently. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org.
President Trump's cabinet slowly being built. The Senate plans a confirmation vote today for Sean Duffy, the Transportation Secretary nominee. Last night, they approved the next Treasury Secretary.
The yeas are 68. The nays are 29.
That tally for billionaire investor Scott Bessent saw 16 Democrats vote yes. During limited debate, allegations of unpaid taxes came up. GOP Senator Mike Crapo of Idaho said there is no tax issue.
He provided extensive supporting material for all of the attacks on him.
But Oregon Democratic Senator Ron Wyden said Bessent has avoided $1 million in taxes, which means to Wyden,
the Treasury Secretary will be in violation of Treasury policy.
Bessent will try to extend Trump tax cuts, which are set to expire in December. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The Justice Department has fired more than a dozen people who worked on Special Counsel Jack Smith's team in the investigations that led to 2 Trump federal indictments later dropped when the president won the election. Now, the Justice Department is also being scrutinized by the acting U.S. attorney in Washington, reviewing the decisions to charge hundreds of people with felonies over actions taken during the 2021 Capitol riot. President Trump pardoned or commuted the sentences of about 1,500 January 6 convicts, and one of them is now dead.
42-year-old Matthew Huddle was one of many who entered in the U.S. Capitol in Washington on January 6, 2021. He actually recorded his 16 minutes inside, which ultimately led to 6 months in jail after a guilty plea in 2023. After being pardoned for that misdemeanor by President Trump, Huddle was recently stopped by a Jasper County, Indiana sheriff's deputy. After refusing to be arrested, an altercation happened, and Huddle was shot and killed by the deputy. John Saucier, Fox News.
Now back to Wall Street. We mentioned NASDAQ futures are rising modestly. The Dow up a little, too. It was not dragged down by yesterday's tech sell-off. It surged up almost 300 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Dominio. We have a winter storm watch going into effect at 7 tonight until tomorrow at 6 p.m. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Right now we're at 20 degrees. Temperatures will continue to fall throughout the day. State police have announced a former New York State trooper, 27-year-old Thomas Mejia, resigned after being charged with tampering, false reporting, and misconduct. Authorities say Mejia shot himself on October 30th, 2024, and lied about the incident on the Southern State Parkway in Nassau County. Police also say a search of his family's home uncovered an illegal firearm, leading to charges against his parents, 62-year-old Thomas Mejia Sr. and 55-year-old Dorothy Mejia. All were arraigned and are due in court on February 5th, 2025. You can read more details on the story at WIBX950.com. A 26-year-old woman from Utica has been charged with assault following a stabbing incident on Leeds Street. Utica police say emergency units from Utica Fire and UPD were called to a residence on the 1100 block of Leeds on January 24th just before midnight. Upon arrival, they found a male victim with stab wounds to his arm. The incident occurred during an argument between the man and his girlfriend, during which she allegedly stabbed him in the arm. He was subsequently taken to Wynn Hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Natasha Welch was found shortly after and interviewed by investigators. In addition to the assault charge, she is facing a charge of criminal possession of a weapon. A 5-year-old child trapped beneath a hay bale in a barn was declared deceased at Lewis County Hospital. On January 26th, around 1:35 p.m., New York State Police were called to 2nd Road in the town of Krogan regarding an unconscious child. When they arrived, they discovered the child, Silas Mosier of Carthage, underneath a hay bale. Members of Beavers Falls Ambulance attempted life-saving measures. Mosier was then taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Preliminary investigations indicate the hay bale fell on the boy, entrapping him. An autopsy has been scheduled to establish the official cause of death. The investigation into the incident is ongoing. And animated shows take up nearly half of the top 10 for the most streamed programs of 2024. The Australian preschool series Bluey took the top spot with 55.62 billion minutes viewed on Disney+. Other animated shows in the top 10 include Family Guy at number 3, Bob's Burgers at number 4, and SpongeBob SquarePants at number 10. The long-running hospital drama series Grey's Anatomy came in second place with 47.85 billion minutes. That's billion with a B, streamed across Netflix and Hulu. The rest of the top 10 spots were filled out by NCIS, Young Sheldon, The Big Bang Theory, Law & Order Special Victims Unit, and Criminal Minds. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:08. Here's your forecast.
Snow squalls and wind reducing visibilities and at times making travel difficult in spots as we head through this morning. And more snow showers and snow squalls through late morning into the afternoon. Actually, winter storm watch for tonight for another system coming in. Going to be tough to measure snow today with gusty winds, but still around 2 inches or so. And then another 4 to 6 inches tonight with maybe some double-digit totals by tomorrow. I'm Ray Stejik at the Weather Channel, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy skies, 20 degrees. It is 8:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. The Giants are sending a member of their receiving corps to the Pro Bowl. On Monday, rookie wide receiver Malik Nabers was named to the 2025 NFL Pro Bowl games as a replacement for Lions wideout Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nabers finished his first NFL season with 109 catches for over 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns. He joins defensive lineman Dexter Lawrence as the only 2 members of the Giants to be attending the event in Orlando. New York went 4-13 and has the 3rd overall pick in the 2025 draft, which will be held at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. The Jets' new regime isn't interested in singling out certain players. Head coach Aaron Glenn was introduced Monday alongside new general manager Darren Mogi and made it clear that no singular player is bigger than the team. Glenn was responding to the question of whether or not Aaron Rodgers will return as the starting quarterback. Glenn reassured that Rodgers will be evaluated just like everyone else as they try to build the best roster they can. Owner Woody Johnson confirmed the Rodgers decision, will be made exclusively by Glenn and Mogi. The owner of the Steelers is making his thoughts known on the team's quarterback situation. Art Rooney II told the media Monday he prefers to sign Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. Both players inked one-year deals with Pittsburgh last offseason and are unrestricted free agents. However, Rooney admitted that it's, quote, unlikely the team can bring them both back. Wilson guided the Steelers to a 6-5 record along with a wild card round loss. Justin Fields went 4-2. In other sports stories, to the NBA, the Knicks blew out the Memphis Grizzlies 143-106 at Madison Square Garden. The Nets dropped their 7th game in a row after falling to the Sacramento Kings 110-96 at Barclays Center. In the NHL, the Rangers will be looking to get back in the win column when they close out their 4-game homestand tonight. The Blue Shirts are coming off a close loss to the Avalanche entering tonight's battle against the Carolina Hurricanes at Madison Square Garden. The Devils opened their home against the Philadelphia Flyers with a 4-2 loss at Wells Fargo Center. And the Islanders took care of a number of transactions on Monday. The Isles began the day by acquiring defenseman Scott Peronovic from the St. Louis Blues in exchange for a conditional 5th-round pick in the 2026 draft. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 8:11.
All right, it is very slick out there with some snow and some high winds.
Very windy.
Be aware. And then tonight, winter storm watch in effect, and where all of this goes, maybe double digits by tomorrow, Davey. All right, all morning long, I thought I had recorded this last night and didn't, and I've been obsessed with it. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 years of SNL music was on NBC last night. Paul Buckley, as you know, the films are here in Utica, had tipped me off to this. Said you got to watch it. This mashup is incredible. New York Times says it's a high-speed, 6-minute DJ mix of SNL music highlights. It is so good.
You found it?
I don't know how this doesn't become a hit on radio.
Well, 6 minutes.
If I were program director of a music station right now,
you'd play it.
I would be adding this. I'd edit it and add this. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen.
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 And now, ladies and gentlemen.
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 Saturday, New York. Jolt of electricity. Iconic.
Musical history. Game-changing for a network show. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Excitement, energy, adrenaline, live.
Absolutely terrifying.
Ladies and gentlemen. I'm on SNL and you're not.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's getting hot, it's so hot, so take off all your clothes. Bring it down. brother.
Pressure. Under pressure. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign a check. Pull me out, get the straight. Don't crush you out there.
Obviously, I can't play all 6 minutes of this, but it is so good. Now, I'm getting people that I'm hearing some swear words. This is what aired last night, and it was on NBC. And
was there swear words?
It sounds like swear words. It's like
it's not.
It's not the F word. It's the word funk or
right.
stuff like that. I hope anyway. Sorry.
Deeds in New Hartford here quickly. Okay,
it is so good.
It is good, yeah.
And
all the good artists
just would expect.
Well,
maybe
sure.
We'll hear more of it.
Deeds in New Hartford quickly. Okay, not a sinkhole. I know, Bill, but do you agree that it was built on a marsh and has sunk considerably since being built?
It has not sunk. I know of no evidence that it has sunk at all.
Well, it's sunk in some ways.
Oh, if we're doing it philosophically, it
There's
has
some sinking
well,
going
Deeds,
on.
you're right then. But physically, the building has not sunk. To my knowledge, it has not sunk. I mean, you still walk in, you don't step down, do you?
I haven't felt
The
that.
center court's still where it was. I don't think it's sinking into the ground. I don't believe any of that's true. I got a break. We'll take some more comments coming up. I do have Jason Barrett is with Barrett Media and is a radio guru. And where does the world go? We, as a radio station, are celebrating 100 years this year. And where is this industry going after 100 years? We'll speak with Jason Barrett about all of that, some of the challenges and the changes, by the way, in radio as we know it today. Coming up, stand by. We'll come right back with it at WIBX.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plans include the $1 Million Protection Package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name Clay as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Every once in a while, something that sounds too good to be true is actually, in fact, true. How would you like up to $4,000 of free windows? And when I say $4,000 of free windows, I mean $4,000 of free windows. No gimmicks or games. You don't have to buy $4,000 to get $4,000 free. You just get up to $4,000 of free windows through Patriot Home Solutions and NYSERDA. Of course, some restrictions apply, but none of these restrictions are income-based, and you don't have to sit through a long, drawn-out sales presentation. Give Patriot a call at 315-401-0440, and they can quickly tell you over the phone if you qualify or how you can get qualified. That's 315-401-0440. These aren't any windows. They're high-quality, custom-fitted windows designed to save energy and keep the cold air out all winter. Your window solution is Patriot Home Solutions. Online at patriothomesolutions.com.
We're your complete appliance center, and we service what we sell. Dave Hayes.
Visit Dave Hayes Appliance Center to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator. With a flexible capacity, you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Dave Hayes Appliance Center and get twice the washer you have at home. Dave Hayes Appliance Center, 5168 Commercial Drive, Yorkville, or online at davehayesappliance.com.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Hey, it's WIBX's Bill Keeler. Get ready for Wing Wars as we crown the best wings in Central New York. With a $35 ticket, you get to sample the wings, pizza, and drink. I'm going to be a judge along with Senator Joe Griffo, Assemblywoman Buckenshawn, Sheriff Mashel, Jason Paulus, Bill Vinci. Proceeds benefit the Joseph Michael Chubbuck Foundation, which provides funds to assist cancer patients in active treatment. Saturday, noon till 3, Harts Hill Inn, sponsored in part by WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years in 2025.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
You realize they're going to be banned everywhere on YouTube because of all of these songs that I played. From SNL's 50 Years of Music last night, here's a little more of this.
Corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. Hey, baby, it's you. Come on, girl, now it's you. Stick your teeth right through my bones, baby. Just me and you. Come on, pick it up.
I mean, how good is this? Done by Questlove. The video's spectacular, unbelievably edited, and the music is just so incredibly good. I mean, it really... That thing made my night. I have become obsessed. It must be edited down and turned into a radio hit.
Yes,
I believe.
It may be.
We are 100 years old on December 5th this year.
Hard to believe.
Radio station signed on December 5, 1925. And boy, has the world changed. On the line right now is radio guru with Barrett Media, Jason Barrett. Jason, good morning. Thanks so much for coming on.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Good. I don't know if you saw that on the SNL music special last night, but that mix-up or mash-up was so very good.
Yeah, I was just listening to you play it coming back in. It sounded outstanding.
Yeah. So we're, the radio station, and boy, I've been doing radio and morning radio since 1982, 81, when I was a junior in high school. And boy, has this world changed that we live in every single day. It's a completely different experience when you get into radio today versus then.
Well, yeah, I mean, the way you grew up on the business and the way I grew up on the business is obviously different than, my son who's just going to be entering the industry in the next year or two. He's grown up in a world with the phone in his hand from the time he was 12 years old to the time that he's 22, you know? And so, like for us, we got in the car. It was special that you got to hear the radio with your dad or your grandfather or whoever, because that was a powerful connection. Now today, people are growing up on platforms, and so it doesn't mean radio is not still incredibly important and powerful. It still is. It reaches millions, but you also have to compete with the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Googles, the Spotifys and everything else that's out there. And so the good thing is there's never been more opportunity to find content or create content. The bad thing is that there's so much of it that it becomes hard to pick out which one to listen to, which one to, interact with, and where to create a bond with.
Boy, that is I'd spoken to a class about this and all the opportunities they have with music today. If you want to be a performer, if you want to sing a song, you want to make a hit, you have more opportunity today than ever before to get your song or whatever it is you create out there. The problem is it's you and 10 million other people, and it's just become so crowded, it becomes very difficult to find one thing and make that one thing really big. That is like a lightning strike.
It's interesting, the example you just gave. Before I got into radio, Bill, I wanted to get a record deal, play in a band, and that was going to be my future. And you want to make the to sound really dated. I used to have to put together cassettes, put them in an envelope, send them out to record labels with handwritten letters or with typed up letters, and hope that they reached the A&R rep, who would then listen to it and get back to me in a few months.
Yeah.
Today, we didn't even have email at that point. Today, you could go on, you could track down the representative, you could send over an MP3, and yes, you're correct. There's a lot of people that can do that. However, you also have the ability to go onto a Facebook account, do a bunch of geo-targeted marketing, boost up an audience, and when you send the package, look a lot stronger than I did putting together a couple of packages.
You bring me back to the days when my first morning radio job I got by delivering for, I believe it was 8 days in a row, a new demo tape every single day. I would go to the radio station because the program director was filling in. They lost their morning guy. And every morning I'd go at 5:55 in the morning and drop off another demo tape.
You were the Andy Dufresne of radio.
They hired me to stop me, I think, to be honest. But, I do think creativity and persistence and investing in your own career, still, you're right, it may be the best opportunity we've ever had today.
Yeah, listen, that's an old Ben Franklin quote, I think, is an investment in knowledge is the best investment, And so the bottom line is you do have to put some onus on yourself. You do have to look at why would somebody want to be in business with you? What are you creating that's special versus just creating? And so, it's a cluttered world that we're in. But, great content does stand out. Great talent does stand out. You just have to go through a lot more channels these days. The fun part, there's a lot more opportunity for discovery. The bad part is that, getting through in 7 or 8 different places and making impact costs a lot more, and it's also a lot more time consuming.
It really is. And let's talk about some of the mistakes I think that are made today. And, this, it's like the restaurant. So a restaurant is going through a rough patch. So, all right, well, listen, let's cut back on the quality of the food. Let's pay a little less. That's, we're going to buckle, tighten our belts. But what ends up happening is people go, they taste the difference in the food. Their customer base actually drops, et cetera, et cetera. Yet when we sell advertising, what do we tell the client? The absolute opposite of what we do in the industry, I find.
Look, I think one of the biggest challenges the radio business has right now, and I'm still an advocate for radio. I still believe it's a really important medium. However, the one thing that we don't do like we used to, we don't even market our product.
Yeah.
Like you used to see radio companies market themselves on billboards, run ads on television. And think about this, Bill. We're asking advertisers to pay us to be on our airwaves because we're telling them they'll get a return on their investment if they spend $1 with us.
Right.
Yet, when we get the dollars ourselves, we don't put it back in to investing in our own brand to grow our audience, to make our ads a lot more valuable so they become worth more. And so, to your point, you could cut down marketing yourself just like you could take shortcuts on the food quality. But eventually it comes back to get you. And in the world that we're in, where, let's just face it, there's a lot more people living in the Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram world today than there are living in radio and even television.
Yeah.
So if you want to cut through, you've got to invest back. You've got to, we've got to convince the advertising community, local and national, that we're a big deal and that they need to continue to spend here. And the only way you do that, you got to make sure you're seen and heard everywhere. And unfortunately, one of the first things that gets cut is marketing budget. And then on top of that, investing in future talent. Well, you can't eventually, if you don't invest in future talent, other brands and other platforms will, and that'll be the future of the industry in 10 years.
It was not by design. The radio executives of yesteryear were not really any more brilliant. They just had no choice. Back in 20, 30, maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago, we were 24/7, right? You had to have a person in the building.
Manning the
They
studio.
had to, you had an overnight person who was always, not so good, but they got better. And then before you knew it, they were doing afternoon drive and then mornings. We had a bench. Today, with automation, you have your midday person doing, 2 different shifts on 3 other stations or I guess 2 on 2 other stations in the building. They're doing another show somewhere else for the cluster. It is the buildings are quiet today, and we're not bringing up that young new talent. I don't know what we're going to do in 10 years, 5 years, to be honest.
The scary part is this. I think there's never been more opportunity to utilize. Like back then, you had to be on the overnight or work the weekend or go to a small market.
Yeah.
Today, you could literally take over the station's Facebook account, create a YouTube channel, do a podcast. You have more room than ever, not to mention a lot of stations are running a lot of national syndication.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are hours to be found. The question becomes, at some point, you got to put money into a talent budget.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have talent, eventually, like when you decide one day, okay, I've had enough, they've got to be able to pass the baton to somebody else who's built some equity. Hopefully, you give them the rub so that way they feel, that, hey, if he says it's good, then it must be good.
Yeah.
But if there's nobody there, who are you passing the baton to?
Right. I always say the first person that replaces the big morning show is the one who takes the bullet. It's the second one who comes in that scores big.
Yeah. That's usually the case.
True.
Yeah.
There's a couple exceptions to it, but very rarely does that work.
Yeah. But what as we're looking back on, and we'll throughout the year be celebrating the 100 years of this radio station, looking back on how, when you go back 50, 60, 70 years, or even, the 100 years that as far as this station goes back, it's amazing how these people, even as late as the 60s and 70s, were trailblazers. There wasn't that template. AOR, for instance, the album rock, for us, the WOURs of that era playing album rock, they were creating the template. I mean, imagine how big that was at that time, where you're really creating and not following.
Look, to your point, it's one of my frustrations sometimes with our business. I think we've just gotten very complacent. Like, for example, if you go on to Sirius, you're going to have channels programmed all over the place. You'll have a Taylor Swift channel. You'll have a pop channel. You'll have a country channel. You'll have 4 country channels.
Yeah.
Radio used to be the kings of developing formats. And we've just kind of said, all right, here are the 10 or 12 formats we do, and that's it. And so there's got to be more attempts to do things that are innovative. Unfortunately, I think right now we've gotten to a point as an industry where everybody is just trying to protect the next quarter or the next year, that they're not looking at what's going to come over the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And look, Bill, that's one of the reasons I used to program. I loved it. I was pretty good at it. But I just got to the point where it kind of feels stifling after a while. Like if you're not willing to take risks and, live with the pain for 2 years to build something that's going to be a game changer, then what's the point of doing it? Like that's the whole fun of this,
It's like the mashup from SNL last night. Somewhere in this country, there is a program director, a music director, that's editing that thing down and is going to start playing it, and somehow that will organically turn that into a hit. I really believe that's going to happen with that. But today, we just, your playlists are already done for you. All of it's just changed so much, and we become more generic. All the power to those who are willing to stick their neck out and do something unique and different.
The thing is, we've become so conditioned to chasing ratings that people will do things that will play in a 3 to 5 minute world, whereas you go back 30, 40 years ago, you'd run a 9-minute song if it was great.
Right.
And it's the same with content. Like sometimes you look at our business, and if you were to compare it to the movie industry, we would be telling Steven Spielberg he has to create 3 movies a week. We'd be telling actors they have to do three films per day.
Yes. 2 blog posts per day.
Right.
Yes.
You can't get the best content from the best people by watering them down. You have to make sure that they're doing things that actually can move the needle. And on top of that, you can't just do things based on chasing a rating. You have to do things based on building an audience.
You know, if you, I've always believed that if you can, and my theory has always been, if you can entertain yourself, you're going to find people are going to come along and they're going to be entertained with you. If you're not enjoying it, and you're just doing what the research tells you to do, then chances are that's not going to work. I got to say, and I imagine you feel the same way, we're very lucky because we have been a part of what this industry used to be, and now it is really reinventing itself, and we're a part of that right now, which, you know, if you take advantage of that, it can be a pretty cool opportunity.
Yeah, look, I think the thing that's great right now is you have more opportunity than ever to build an audience, build impact. You know, companies that, especially in your case, like if you've cemented yourself in a market, people are going to want to stay in business with you and work with you. You can get away with some things that a new person might not be able to because you've earned that, you know. And so the good news is there's still plenty of opportunity. There's still plenty of ways to create success. But, you know, and on top of it, again, I think there's more interest in content consumption today than ever before. It's just very splintered.
Jason Barrett, we really appreciate the time here and the inspiration. I thank you for it.
You got it, Bill. Have a good show.
All right. You have a great day. And by the way, you can search Barrett, Barrett Media, and there's a newsletter a couple times a day, as a matter of fact. Okay. Thank you so much, Jason. We'll break 8:36 at WIBX.
Hi, Jeff Moyer here from Trailer Marketing Services, Route 233 in Clinton, New York.
Our family-owned and operated company knows everything about our products and will point you toward the perfect vehicle for your needs. Whether you need a dump trailer or have to haul a car, snowmobiles, or any cargo, we have the right brand for you. Don't settle for less than the best when you're shopping for a new trailer.
We have over 300 units in stock, discounted and ready to go today. So come see us at Route 233 in Clinton, New York, or shop online at trailermarketingservices.com.
It's time to stop letting road conditions dictate your journey. Nokian Tires all-weather tires are versatile enough for summer heat, spring rain, and winter snow, allowing you to forget the forecast so you can focus on the road ahead, not the road below. Forget the forecast with a year-round tire approved for winter use. Find Nokian Tires all-weather tires at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair with locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. Learn more at tallmanstire.com.
The Joseph Michael Chubbuck Foundation wants to thank the local community and participating businesses for their continued support. The 8th annual CNY Wing Wars, scheduled for February 1st at Harts Hill Inn in Whitesboro, has once again sold out. Attendees will sample all the wings and vote for Best Wing and Most Unique Wing, alongside a panel of celebrity judges. 2025 participants include Tony's on Commercial Drive, Celtic Harp, Pizza Boys, Hot Off the Brick, Piggy Pat's, Fratello's Pizzeria, Franco's of Whitesboro, Knucklehead's Brewhouse, Pizzeria Italia, The Crust Kitchen and Bar, Ray Brothers Barbecue, and Utica Barbecue. Beverages donated by McCrafe Beverage. Posters donated by PJ Green. Thank you also to WKTV and WIBX Bill Keeler Show. Proceeds assist Central New York cancer patients in financial need, living in or having active treatment in Oneida, Herkimer, Madison, and Onondaga counties. Visit thejmcf.org to learn more.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Alrighty then. So we had some wind and some snow and a whole bunch of school delays this morning. Tomorrow they'll be off for the Lunar New Year. It's the first time, I think, in New York they'll be taking that as an official holiday. But some schools have gone from delay to cancellation.
We're canceling school.
I don't know where this music came from. I like it. Here's Andrew with an update.
Following schools are now closed. Brookfield Central Schools, Christian Heritage School, Clinton Central Schools, and Cooperstown closed. Hamilton Central Schools, Holland Patton Jewish Community Center Preschool, and Lawrence Central Schools closed. Also closed Madison Central Schools, Milford.
Can I interrupt you? This music is terrible.
No, I like it.
And now these schools are closed.
Yeah, they are. Morrisville, Eaton. I like the other one better.
Yeah.
New Hartford Central Schools, New York Mills, Notre Dame closed. Now moved from delay to closed. Oneida City School District, Oneida, Herkimer, Madison, Bosse's, and Oriskany closed. Remsen closed. Rome City Schools, Sequoia Valley Schools closed. Sherburne, Earlville, St. John the Evangelist Nursery School, Unadilla Valley Central Schools.
This music is called Magic Pills.
Utica Academy of Science, Utica School District, VBS. Waterville is closed, and Westmoreland, Whitesboro, and Worcester. And we got some 2-hour delays for you. West Canada Valley, Web Union Free.
That was pretty good.
And yeah.
And this is for tomorrow. This is called Chinese Celebration for the Lunar New Year.
Oh, we are all closed tomorrow.
We are closed. Okay. I can't believe you just did that. 25-year-old guy in Texas could face child endangerment charges after a TikTok video showed him using a 3-month-old baby like a snow brush to clear his window on his car.
It's your fault.
Oh, Lord. The good news is the authorities checked in on the baby, and the baby was fine. Here is Chief Tim DeRiso talking about the stunt and the video.
We've confirmed that it was a 3-month-old baby. It's a sad situation. You know, I know a lot of people go to social media and they're looking for clicks, but it's not a deal where you should put a baby on a windshield.
Did it hurt the baby? Is the baby still alive? Is the baby frostbitten? The answer to that is no. Give me a break. A deputy in Florida was accused of he was just trying to have a little fun and get some clicks. A deputy in Florida was accused of trying to smuggle drugs into a cruise ship in bags of Skittles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Francisco Melo allegedly tried to smuggle the MDMA on a ship hosting a 4-day-long music festival. Here's some audio from the initial court hearing explaining why he was arrested.
Mr. Mello, you were arrested for trafficking in ecstasy or MDMA?
Trying to smuggle MDMA in Skittles bags onto a cruise ship.
Okay, sounds like that person is on MDMA right now.
The security at the port to get on a cruise ship is just as strong as an airline.
Yeah. It's hard to get stuff in.
Yeah.
Here's Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Good morning.
Hey guys, I was down shopping downtown. There was a lady talking to another lady. As soon as she walked in the door, one of them, hi, and they're screaming at each other. And she's like, this whole world's going to hell in a handbasket. I hope they get just what they deserve for putting that bastard in office. Bill, they're going back and forth for about 5 minutes. And she said, the end of the world's coming. And then I hear her tell her, she says, what are you doing now? She says, I'm a teacher at MV.
Well, I got to tell you something. Today, if you're pro or against, being loud in a grocery store is probably not what you want to do.
No,
I mean, keep your stuff to yourself at this point. I think you may be better off.
Yeah, it's too funny. And then for her to yell out, so everybody in the
world's
store knows
coming to an end.
Teacher at MV. It's like, okay, the whole world. I hope they get what's coming to them for putting that bastard in office. I went, oh boy.
Here we go.
Yeah. But I wanted to tell you, you were talking about, I don't know, you were talking about the chiropractor or something about an hour ago. I went into the Syracuse Mall and they have like a little massage shop over by the Five and Below. And let me tell you, for $15, this guy feels like he's destroying you, but when you're done, Phil, you feel like somebody just gave you a new body.
When they get in underneath like your muscle tissue and move it in place, and I mean, you're right. It hurts at the moment, but when they're done, you feel like $1 million. I'm with you.
You feel like you have to relax to let them do their work. Because if you're tense and not letting them get into that muscle, you're working against them.
I'll say something to my massage therapist, like, could you get that finger up a little further underneath my muscle tissue? For God's sakes, you're killing me.
Right into my spine. I want you right into the spine, please.
All right, Wayne. Thank you.
Have a good day, guys.
You do the same. Jake, I'll get to you in a second. Stand by. I want to go to Tanya J. Powers because no one makes Tanya wait.
Nobody puts Tanya in a corner.
Tanya with Fox News Radio. The White House saying U.S.-Colombia agreement is now in place. It's gone back and forth. But they would not, of course, let a plane land with bringing immigrants back to Colombia. And President Trump, I believe, was like, okay, we're gonna place a 25% tariff on your country, and I guess that's all worked out. Is that where we are now?
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
It was this little dust up between the U.S. and Colombia when Colombia would not let a couple of planes from the U.S. with deported Colombian nationals on its land. And that's when Trump said, okay, 25% retaliatory tariff for you. And, if you don't let them land, and in a week it goes up to 50%. And
wow.
So again, this was resolved yesterday. But one of the things that has come out of this is now people are kind of wondering, wait a minute, if that had happened, how would this affect our coffee prices? There's been some questions about that. And just to kind of give you some information on that, in case you are, like the rest of us, and either having caffeine via coffee now or about to have more of it, that could be a thing bothering you. And so apparently we get about 20 to 30% of our coffee imported from Colombia, the beans.
Wow.
And yeah, it's. I thought it was more than that, but apparently I've seen between 20 and 30%. Apparently the folks in Brazil are where we get most of our imported coffee beans from. They're the larger supplier, and they've had their own issues because weather has not been great for their crops this in the past year. So coffee futures are already up about 45% in the last 6 months. The coffee prices that are expected to go up are not because of threatened tariffs. They are because, as Bloomberg reported last week before all this happened, wholesale prices have gone up past all-time highs that were actually set in the 70s for coffee. They said it's only a matter of days to a few weeks until we see retail prices following suit with that going up. So if you see prices going up for coffee, that's why, between the Brazil weather and the bad crops. And the wholesale prices going up, as that's a barometer of where we can expect retail prices.
Can you imagine if you added a 25% tariff to that?
Right, because as we already know, when a tariff gets put on goods coming in from another country, we're going to be the ones paying that.
Yeah,
they're going to raise prices. They're not going to go, well, you know what, let's just keep it like it is. No, they're going to raise prices accordingly. Yep. And when they get sold in our country, it's going to reflect in our pocketbook, not Colombia's.
And I got to tell you something. I could not get through. I'm not a coffee drinker or a coffee lover. However, nothing keeps me awake post noon like a double espresso. Mm-hmm. And I would pay a lot, Tanya. I'd pay a lot of money for that because it gets me back up and rolling. And without it, I don't know what I would.
My favorite way to consume coffee is intravenously. Just put it right in there, direct line.
Andrew and I are apparently twins. Yeah. Back at you, bud, because I'm telling you, I'm sitting here with my giant Starbucks tumbler full of iced coffee as we speak, which is a mainstay for me for about the first 4 hours of my day. Otherwise, I'm cranky. I have no filter. You will know if I've never had caffeine when I talk to you early in the morning. If I'm just like, yep, here it is, guys, because I have no filter.
Well, and we're really good at pushing the limits of that filter. So we felt your pushback from time to time.
Yeah, it's so funny, where we started, and Tanya, and if we remember Rachel Sutherland. We were on the verge of being hung up on, if not hung up on, several times in our early stages.
You came along very early to deal with us, Tanya, and you kind of got where we were going, and you were good with it. Rachel Sutherland, who
took a while,
it eventually worked, but there would come times where I would ask her a question that would be a little out there, and I would hear silence and the dial tone. In the very beginning, it was a little, but then she got used to us, and that worked. But you are definitely, and don't tell Ryan Smells this, you are definitely our favorite. So.
Well, I think it was because one of the reasons is because I bonded with y'all when you came to our studio.
Yes, that's right.
In my tenure at Fox.
Yes.
And I got to know y'all, and y'all are just such a hoot and so much fun to be around. And that's part. I love being a part of your show and getting to talk to people in that part of the state.
We appreciate it.
It's a lot of fun.
Andrew always knows when he selects who we're going to talk to that you're always top of the a go-to. Yep. And can you believe it? Can you believe it, Tanya? We're still here. That's the big shocker.
It's a radio record these days, honey. There's that's actually a very big deal. And I know y'all are having a big anniversary this year for your station.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure my invitation was lost in the mail somewhere.
It just didn't go out yet. They just didn't go out yet.
December 5th. It's still a ways to go, but you'll be a part of that. So we appreciate it.
I'm in it. Let's do it.
All right. Tanya, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Tanya. Jake Powers from Fox News Radio.
Best.
Jake, I know you've been waiting a while, but I promise you're next right out of this. Stand by.
Killer Queen, the world-renowned tribute band to the iconic rock group Queen, is coming to the Stanley Theater Friday, September 19th, 2025 at 8 p.m. With a reputation that extends far beyond the UK, Killer Queen's journey has included performances in some of the world's most prestigious arenas. Enjoy your favorite Queen songs like you've never heard them before. Killer Queen, live at the Stanley Theater Friday, September 19th, 2025 at 8 p.m. Get your tickets at the Stanley Theater box office or online at thestanley.org.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
This is actual footage of Bill Keeler doing a radio show on WIBX. Sadly, his career was found in a heavily wooded area. If you know the person or persons who ended the radio career of Bill Keeler, please tell them thanks on behalf of the people of Central New York.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Portions of the program brought to you by GPO, Federal Credit Union. You can start the new year debt-free and stress-free. Simplify your finances with balanced transfer rates as low as 3.99% APR for 12 months, or you consolidate high-interest debt into one manageable payment with their personal loans. And they don't stop there. GPO has partnered with Balance, a program to provide you with free virtual or in-person sessions with financial advisors. Together, everybody creates a personalized plan to help you take control of your finances and achieve those goals. Why would you wait? Let GPO help you start fresh here in 2025. Go to gpofcu.com or stop by any branch today. Debt-free, stress-free. Start your journey with GPO today. Subject to credit approval, membership eligibility required, rates and terms based on credit worthiness. Balance transfer rates reverts back to normal card rate after the 12th month. Contact GPO for more information. Jake, good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you for waiting, Jake.
Are you, you're welcome. Are you going to play more of the old radio
jingles and commercials?
I will. I'm in the process of, digitizing those as we speak. But there's a bunch more to get to. There's a lot of that stuff. It's pretty wild.
Oh, I can listen to it for hours.
Yeah, I mean that was such a different time, right? In radio and whatever. Here's a little bit of a sample.
Well, I remember when downtown.
Hold on.
Well, Utica was twice the size.
This is where the music is. 95 on your dial. We'll keep you happy all the while. WIBX. WIBX in Utica. WIBX in Utica.
95 on the dial. 95.
Oh, my God, I
love
love
the reverb they put on that. It's so funny.
I love that.
Yeah. We'll have a bunch more of that.
To think you could make a living at one point singing radio jingles for
that's what they
stations
did.
across the country.
Yeah. Well, you still do. There are still jingle singers out there, but they don't sound like that.
Do you remember Oskanese had a jingle?
That I don't remember.
I don't remember their jingle, no.
Okay, let me just, I'll say a little bit.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Jake.
It said, if you like pizza like I do, 15 cans are waiting for you in New Hartford and in Utica, Oskanitz's Pizzeria. That was back, oh my God, maybe late 50s, early 60s.
I did not know that they even had a jingle. That's really wild. Wow.
Yeah.
I know they had because they just celebrated their anniversary.
Mm-hmm. They've been around forever.
Yep. All right. Good stuff, Jake. Good stuff.
Thank you very
We'll continue
much,
to
guys.
provide
Be
more
safe
nostalgia as the year goes on.
It is slick out there. Be careful out there. And although it looks like the sun may be starting to come
Sun's out, which means it's going to be cold.
I don't know, Jake, if you heard, but Davey hit a horse this morning driving in. It was awful.
Blood everywhere.
Davey,
hair.
you okay? You all right? Your car's okay? Everything all right?
Yeah, I didn't hit no horse.
Okay.
They're making oil and violin strings as we speak.
I believe you, Davey. I believe you.
He's now in denial, Jake. He's now in denial. Okay, Jake.
Have a great day.
You have a great
everybody.
day. Thank you.
Bye.
What else do I have? A couple more. Davey, we're just busting your chops. You're okay.
I know you are.
A new study.
And if it was serious, I would retaliate
Sorry,
back.
not oil.
You
glue.
would. You would.
Yes.
And how would you do that? I'd love to see it. You shut your mic off.
Because I can't hear you. I don't have my headphones.
Oh, okay.
So Wayne is correcting me. It's not oil that's made with horses. It's glue. So it was a sticky situation in Davey's situation.
All right. I thought they made dog food, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Scooby.
It would be horse manure situation.
New study. Did you see the story out of that lobster place? It was like a seafood type place in Syracuse on Erie Boulevard. Did you see in Syracuse? They did the inspection, and it's kind of a similar thing to what we had here. Rodent feces in the food. Ooh, boy. You want to add?
I see that the Boil Shack where the Denny's used to be. There's a sale pending. Do you know anything about
I don't
going over
know, but
there?
I'm excited.
I don't know. I'll
I'll
do some digging.
Portions of the program brought to you by Steve Ponte Mazda. New Year, new Mazda sale is back. Check in with Ricky Z and do what I did. Buy a new CX-90. Beautiful vehicle. See the dealership for details. First place nationally in customer satisfaction. Steve Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
If you thought about a bed you can make soft and firm on each side before you buy one anywhere, shop the Smart Bed by Instant Comfort at Mattress Express. Compare features, compare price, and compare warranty. 5 years, no interest, no money down for qualified buyers.
You said bye-bye to big government. Now it's time to trim the fat from Big Wireless. Pure Talk gives you the exact same service. They use the same cell towers, the same 5G network. You get better customer service, and you pay half the price for the exact same thing. Get unlimited talk, text, 15 gigs of data with mobile hotspot for just $35 a month. Make the switch. You simply dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
Identity Theft Awareness Week is here. There's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second and will fix identity theft guaranteed or your money back. Plus, plan Plans include the $1 Million Protection Package with up to $3 million in coverage for the most comprehensive plan. Take control of your identity with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Before Andrew rudely interrupted me, I was telling you about Ricky Z over at Pawnee Mazda. CX-30s, CX-5s, 50s, 70s, the CX-90s. As Rick says, come in. If you're looking for a better payment, just say, let's make your deal. And that's what Rick will say to you. Let's make your deal on a new Mazda from Pawnee Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
She calls him a dirtbag. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. New Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem posted video on X of an illegal immigrant who faces kidnapping and assault charges, rounded up in a New York City immigration raid as federal agents go after immigrants considered criminal and safety threats nationwide. Nearly 1,200 arrests just yesterday.
We've had many targets here that have really kind of egregious convictions for sexual assault, for murder, for aggravated battery, drug possession. We've arrested gang members so far.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement Field Office Director Sam Olson in Chicago, where Democrats keep vowing to resist the Trump mass deportation operation, prompting this.
As part of the Republican-led House Oversight Committee's immigration investigation, Committee Chair James Comer wants the Democratic mayors of New York City, Boston, Chicago, and Denver to testify. All four of those so-called sanctuary cities have ordinances, codes, or laws on the books that protect people who live in those cities from deportation.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. President Trump, the commander-in-chief, wants changes in the military with 3 executive orders. Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House details them.
Develops an American Iron Dome missile defense system like what they have in Israel. Formulate a new policy on transgender troops. That is up to Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, to figure out how that's going to work. And then ban DEI initiatives in the military.
Another order will restore the rank of thousands of military service members kicked out for refusing to get a COVID vaccine, and it gives them full back pay and benefits. Here's something else new that'll take effect later today.
A memo sent by the Office of Management and Budget Monday night is ordering executive departments to pause federal grants and loans until those programs are reviewed by the administration. A copy of the memo was reviewed by the Wall Street Journal, but it's causing confusion as to how broad that order goes.
As Fox's Jared Halpern, we do know that this order does not affect Medicare and Social Security benefits. America's listening to Fox News.
Time's running out. Citigroup predicts gold hitting $3,000 by 2025. Every day